All right. And there we go. We are streaming live. All right. And there we go. We are streaming live. All right. And there we go. We are streaming live. All right. I guess that works. There he is.
Hello.
Just in time. We was getting ready to send the barbarian to go running through the mold to see if he was immune to the cold or not.
I hope not.
So good. All right. Somebody want to give me a sound check, Doug? Want to
I'm
give
still
me a
logging in.
sound check, Doug? Want to
Test. I'm
give
still
me a
logging in.
sound check, Doug? Want to
Test. I'm
all
still
right.
logging
Sounds
in.
like you guys are coming through. Yeah, I just needed all you had to do was talk, right? Because it's already coming across the stream. It didn't really matter if you're logged into the game or not.
Oh. Okily dokily.
The game or not.
Oh. Okily dokily.
The game or not.
Oh. Okily.
All right. Looks like people are coming through. I'm coming through. Hopefully the game will come through. And let's see if we can have a decent session tonight without a bunch of crap going sideways. So we'll be launching here in about 60 seconds, give or take. So hopefully everybody's logged into the game.
Yep.
Do a quick once over, make sure that your sheets look okay. Didn't be anything changed really, but do 20 seconds and counting. Man, can't remember. It's been so long since we've had all the players here before the game actually started. I don't know what to do with myself. Usually it's because Monkey's late, but he's not here now, so I don't have to worry about it. All right, let's get this thing going. Yeah, figures. It shows the music's coming across. So, don't know.
Yeah, I can hear the music. I can hear it. I had to turn down.
Okay.
Because I hear you talking twice.
Yeah, so the reason that is when I have it unmuted, I hear because everything's feeding back through my system when I'm watching the stream. If the audio comes through and I'm hearing the audio on the stream, it goes back into OBS and back out to the stream. So you start getting that echo. So I have to mute the stream when I'm watching it because I can hear you guys talking. I don't need to have the stream up, right? So I mute it that way it doesn't come back more than once.
Yeah, I mute it too because otherwise I hear everybody talking and make an echo.
Yeah, exactly. And we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to tonight's episode of Agora Quest, our first edition, Age of Worms, our brand new game. 4th session already. Technically 5th if you include session 0. And I don't know if I've shown you guys what my wife had got me, but I have my own little mini version of Nicodemus sitting on my shoulder.
That's pretty cool.
So I don't know if you guys have seen or not. He's actually pretty cool because he's like literally got this long ass tail. I can kind of wrap him around me. I usually have him sitting up on my monitor, so he's just kind of looking down on me, but figured I'd try to pop him on my shoulder today, but he won't stay because he's a little pain in the ass. So I'm just gonna put him back up on my monitor here. Hopefully he won't break anything. Give me a sec. Trying to get him just to sit so that he wouldn't be a nuisance, but it's like my headphones getting away and stuff, so it's like, well, I won't do it tonight. But anyway, welcome to tonight, everybody. I appreciate you guys spending your Monday night with us. I know it is football season and a lot of people want to run off and watch Monday Night Football, but since Pittsburgh's not playing, there's really no reason to watch Monday Night Football. So that's why everybody should be here. And we welcome you. I am Sean, your host. Those are my players. You can see on the screen all their pretty faces. That's what they actually look like, too. Those are like realistic looking pictures. And I have to say, I'm not sure. I'm checking here real quick. I'm not really sure what happened with Biombo, but he's actually like sitting out over the top of the screen. It's like he's coming out of the screen. I'll have to fix that next time. I'm not going to worry about it right now. But anyway, if you're new here, welcome. Old hands, welcome back. Don't forget, as you watch the stream, you get to earn tokens. You can trade those tokens in for natural 1s and or natural 20s. Normally, they don't carry over from stream to stream, which is why I ask you to get them in as soon as you can. But we actually have some that I'm carrying over. Right now, Renoir and Biamba both have nat 20s, and I have a pair of nat 20s that are being carried over. So just so you guys know, they will not carry over after tonight. So if they don't get used, I apologize. But like I said, for whatever reason, we let them carry over this time. So you guys have nat 20. So if anything sideways comes your way, you have that nat 20. You can jump on that nat 20. Also, if you want to help support the stream, as well as help support your favorite player or DM, of course, for every 100 bits that you cheer, you can grant a +1 to that person that you so designate. And those do carry over from stream to stream. So currently I have a +1. Hub and Modred each have a +2. Mulgar and Renoir each have a +1. And Biamba is SOL because he spent his fortune last session. So yeah, as well as I do, there are many dice rolls where you just miss by 1. So those +1s come in handy. So get those in early as well. Give them the entire session with which to use them. Like I said, they do carry over from stream to stream. And lastly, if you really want to help support the stream, there's a couple other ways. Obviously, subscribing to the channel is much, much appreciated. We also have a tip jar. If you go down to our homepage on twitch.tv/AgoraQuest, which is probably where you're at watching the stream, unless you're watching the video on demand, otherwise known as a VOD on YouTube. But if you go to our homepage, you can just look down and scroll down a little bit and you'll see the about and who we are and all that other good stuff. But there is a little link to a tip jar. You click that link, it'll open up a page. You can donate and it goes right to our coffers. No tax man, no nothing, man. The king doesn't get his fingers in the pie, so Twitch doesn't get any of that. The only people that get the money are the content provider, and there's usually like a 1 or a 2% processing fee by whoever the payment provider is. In my case, I usually see them come through PayPal, So PayPal takes like 1%. And then if I want to be greedy and say I want my money faster instead of having to wait a few days, I can pay an extra 2% and they'll get it to me, Johnny, on the spot. But if that's to me a great way to help any content provider that you may like on Twitch, not just us, but anybody that you like to follow or you think they got good content, donate them a little money. That way they get it all and Twitch doesn't get their little grubby fingers on it. So encourage you to do that. And last but not least, if you like Greyhawk like we like Greyhawk, all of our games are in Greyhawk. Go to the Greyhawk Creatives team page. That's twitch.tv/team/Greyhawk Creatives. You can go check that out, and you can see a lot of great content providers out there. So hopefully people are able to hear that, because I missed the ad break and now we're in the middle of an ad break. Yay. Hang on, let me do this. Ad break. Yay. Not. Modred has a +2. Yep, he does. I did say that. Hub, Modred each have a +2. Mulgar and Renoir have a +1. So, yes, get nat ones for the DM, because, see, people don't realize these dice rolls can replace any dice roll that happens. So if I have a nat 1 and you roll a crit, like a nat 20, I can replace your nat 20 with my nat 1 and vice versa. If, the dice rolls don't have to be just for you. They have to be either you or against the DM, right? So in other words, if Biamba rolls a crappy roll, you can't use your nat 20 for Biamba's roll, right? However, if I roll and hit Biamba with a crit and he has a nat 1, he can replace my crit with his nat 1. So yeah, load me up with nat 1s. I don't have to worry about any of that. So you guys start beating on me, I'll just start dropping off all my nat 1s. That's fine. You guys won't hit nothing, which is not really a big deal, because as we all know, that's the whole reason we have these extra dice rolls, is because players can't hit shit when they roll. But anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. I encourage you to get all that and take care of it. So especially the Greyhawk Creatives, go check it out. There's a lot of great Greyhawk content out there. And actually, the easiest way, if you can't remember all that, just 'socials, and it'll show you all of our links. It'll show you our Twitter, our Discord, our YouTube, the Greyhawk Creatives team page. It does show a merch page there. Don't have anything on my merch page yet, because I am extremely lazy. One of these days I'll get up there and build out some merch, some shirts and hats and stickers and other stuff. But I've just been I had one once, but then they said they're no longer a provider for Twitch or whatever, or however it went. And they said, we have this new store you got to build out. And I'm like, I'm not building out another store. I spent enough time the first time. But regardless, I'm going to keep it up there, just because one of these days I'm going to go ahead and have that checked out. So yeah, man, !socials. Anytime you want to know where we are, how to get to our content, I encourage you to do that. So for those that have been following along, you know that our heroes started out in Diamond Lake, each one of them arriving in Diamond Lake, which is a mining community sort of to the northeast of the free city of Greyhawk, nestled in the middle of the Cairn Hills. The Cairn Hills, so named for all of the ancient burial tombs and crypts and whatnot that are found throughout the region from thousands of years ago. Many don't know how they or what race of beings or what creatures created the cairns, but there they are, and they are a big draw for adventurers looking to make a fast buck. And our party, for various reasons, have found themselves in Diamond Lake, and there they gathered, and now they are exploring the Cairn Hills. In particular, one cairn known as the Whispering Cairn. As you walk in and get near it, it has this strange whispering sound, as if there are voices on the wind. And our party discovered that it was due to these thousands of tiny little air holes in the cairn hallways themselves result in this sort of effect when the wind blows across outside, it goes down through these tubes and whatnot. So our party has continued to investigate this whispering cairn, having found an old crypt with a sarcophagus. They found the sarcophagus was movable, and as they turned it, when the sarcophagus end pointed to one of these strange colored hallways, and I say colored because at the end of each one of these different hallways was a colored lantern hanging. Some of them had lanterns, others did not. One of them was actually lit up, and in that case, the green one, there was a green lantern that had an ever-burning torch in it. And so they did some investigation around there. I'm not going to go into all the details of that. You can go watch the VOD. But what they did find is when they turned it and it started turning from one hallway to the next, when the small little branch that held the yellow lantern was pointed at, suddenly this elevator, if you will, lifted up out of the floor, and the party decided to take their chances and ride the elevator down, and they discovered another series of chambers below that they began to investigate, finding many strange statues and statuary sitting in these alcoves as they went down the hall. Their hands were all held out like cupping their palms, but they were empty in many cases. But the party was investigating the entire area down below, and they discovered a couple of chambers. They discovered a batch of brown mold that our ranger elf decided to investigate and realized how cold it was and how fast the temperature dropped when he got close to the mold. So severe was the cold that it caused him frostbite. And so he elected not to go there. They tried to burn it out and realized that burning it only fed the fuel, because it sucked all the heat out of the torches and oil or whatever it was they threw. And it literally doubled the size of this big batch of brown mold. So they elected to not tinker with that anymore. And they found an old latrine, and within the old latrine, they discovered an old gray ooze. And so the gray ooze did its thing, knocked down Modred.
Not cool, by the way.
I thought it was cool, but it is what it is. However, the party managed to destroy this ooze before it did too much more damage. They did suffer a little damage in the sense of two lost darts by one I believe that was it Hub that threw the darts? Or
it was Hub.
Yeah, so Hub lost 2 of his darts. Our ranger lost a couple of arrows, but all in all, Renoir's mace. Yep, his mace is partially damaged, so whenever you roll damage, you got to add a -1 to that damage. So is what it is, was what it was. They managed to destroy the ooze, and here we are now in the post-mortem as they have taken a long rest in a chamber down below. I am going to modify my house rule about going below 0. Instead of days, I'm just going to make it additional hours required after a long rest. So you could take a long rest after you've been healed, and then however many hit points below 0 you actually went, that many more hours of rest are required. So instead of a long rest of 8 hours, you'll require 10 full hours of rest before you're able to go back on and act accordingly. If you get down to -9, it's a long rest plus an additional 9 hours before you're able to fully function. I like that a little better than making people wait days on end, especially for a campaign like this.
I sure appreciate it.
Well, it's not just you. I just thought, something like this is going to take it could be a while, so let's just go ahead and do that. That way I can keep the campaign moving and it doesn't drag too much longer.
Yeah, this is probably going to be a constant thing.
Yeah. And so, last but not least, as we get ready to jump into tonight's episode, as always, I would like to go around the horn, have everybody introduce themselves, their character, um, and then we will begin the session, starting with Biamba, if you would be so kind, sir.
Okay. Biamba, he's a barbarian. He doesn't think so great, but he do a lot smash. And I do want to put out a little word today. Today's an auspicious day. It's the United States Navy's 250th birthday.
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday, shipmates.
We are old folks.
Yeah.
So yes, good call out. Thank you for calling that out. So all right. So while he was talking, I fixed Biamba, so he's now back behind the screen where he belongs. Mulgar, if you would be so kind.
Yes, I'm Mulgar, a wild elf ranger extraordinaire who apparently likes to get his party in trouble by going ways he probably shouldn't.
I like rangers usually do. Hub, tag you're it, sir.
Yeah, this is Hub. He is a halfling thief, pretty much a sea dweller. Seems to be scared of a lot of stuff. And he's just trying to stay out of trouble. Failing, but trying to stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
Hey, tell them about your glasses.
Yeah. Yeah, you got those cool new glasses that you found. Don't you remember last game? No?
I do.
Okay. All right.
I kind of imagine them looking like something from John Lennon, maybe rose color or something like that.
There you go, man. There you go. That'll work. We can now we have to have get with Monkey and have him tweak your picture so you can have a little John Lennon glasses on the end of your nose.
I was thinking like welding glasses, but yeah, that works.
Yeah, that works too. Absolutely. Renoir, tag your it, sir.
Renoir, human cleric of the god Tritherion, champion to the people and giving it to the man.
He's the people's cleric. You should be a cook too, so you can say you smell what I'm cooking.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess you had to be there. Modred, tag your it.
Modred Mr. Goon, magic user extraordinaire. He has just found 2 wands that I'm excited to experiment with, so watch out.
Yes, sir. I can't wait for you to start calling off those magic words. That'll be kind of fun. So, all right. With that, let us jump into tonight's episode. Let's see if we can get ourselves in some trouble. What you think?
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Highly likely.
Highly likely is true. All right. So we are going to go down here. Dun, dun, dun. As you guys have just awoken from your long rest, you find yourselves still within the stone chambers below. You know that off to the north, which is actually to the right, this map is sort of turned 90 degrees for those that don't know. Off to the north, is the entry that you came in, the entry room down the long hallway of empty-handed statuary. Right here in front of you, you see the remnants of the bodies of the halfling and the human that were crushed by a large stone block, which you found the trigger to raise it back up into the overhead. Off to the south or the left here, there's a latrine. The remnants of the ooze lay there, along with this, what looked to be, or what used to be, some sort of a water trough or something, a basin of some sort that sits a couple of feet up off the floor. You can see a spigot many feet above it, 8-9 feet above it, that looks like it probably at one time flowed water down into the trough. And then, of course, off to the western side is the brown mold. You can see the original area of brown mold is this yellowish, but now with the fire that you guys tried to ignite it with, it sucked it in, and it was like adding fuel to a fire as the brown mold almost instantly, almost doubled in size, now filling the whole hallway where the white rectangular box is. I did want to note that while you guys, or I should say Mulgar, while you got to that side, you were actually able to see into the chamber where the mold kind of flows into, a few feet into this large chamber on that side. And I would be remiss if I didn't give you at least a little bit of a description of what lay there before the frigid cold took hold and forced you back toward the main entry hallway. But you could see that there was a large chamber, roughly the same size of the one you guys spent the night in tonight. However, the difference over there is that there was a bright illumination from the ceiling that illuminated the entire room, like a magic light or a continual light or some kind of light centered on the ceiling that allowed the light to completely illuminate that far room. And it looked like some kind of a workshop. There were tables, tools laying around, and dominating the center of the far wall, you could see was an unfinished statue. And from the looks of it that you were able to get before you retreated, it looked like it was beginning to take shape of one of these humanoids or humans that you've been seeing all the other statues and frescoes and the sarcophagus up above in the rooms up above, that shape. So it looked like somebody was building a statue of someone or something, same shape, look of the other humans or humanoid race, whatever it is. I just call them the androgynous race because you don't know if they're male or female. But that being said, you guys have now awoken from your long rest. It is the third day of readying, which is essentially the February 3rd is essentially what that works out to be. But yeah, we are.
What's the ambient temperature down here?
So it probably in the upper 60s, low 70s. Typically, underground terrain has a constant temperature. Like if you've ever been in the caves and stuff, it could be cold as hell or hot as hell outside. But as you get inside, particularly as you get further down, it might get a little warm, but for the most part, caves, caverns, things like this of the underground, they have a fairly constant temperature, which is like an average, right? So I'm going to say it's upper 60s, low 70s.
All right, DM, for this morning, I memorized Magic Missile twice and Sleep once. I don't know how to change it out on the character sheet. I
Okay,
can
so
write it in a message somewhere or something.
Nope. As I said, if you go to your character sheet and off to the right-hand side of each spell, when you go to your spell sheet, off to the right-hand side, you will see there are 3 icons. One of them is to edit, one of them is to remove the slot or remove the spell from the slot, and the other is to toggle it. So like if you cast it and something happens and you get the spell back, you can go toggle it to give it yourself back. But in your case, you want to click the middle one that says remove from spell from slot. And you do that, it will then give you a drop down and you can select Magic Missile again. And that'll give you your 2 Magic Missiles for the day.
And I'm going to memorize Wish and Cone of Cold.
Okay, fair enough.
No.
Or don't you mean Cone of Warmth? Yeah, so if you just click that drop down, you should be able to select from either one. You can do it from learned or owned, either one. Well, shouldn't really matter. You just select Magic Missile again, and it'll allow you to have those 2 Magic Missiles in.
So this is Hub. I have one tiny but perhaps significant challenge, and that is I am out of food.
Okay.
So Hub lets the party know that.
Okay.
I'm about out of water.
Let me see.
Red
I'm low on
Noir is
water, too.
also low on food and water and money, because
Hey, was that fountain? Did we figure out how to get it turned on?
No,
yeah. Why don't we check that out? Yeah.
no, you guys have not looked really at that fountain at all. You just saw that it was empty.
Because at least maybe we can get some water out of it if it's clean.
I certainly don't want to get it out of the bathroom, but
No, we do not.
Okay.
So I'll go over there and take a gander at the fountain.
Okay. Won't let you walk through walls.
Hub's going to go also with him, but he's going to be looking at the walls and ceilings. I believe you already described it, Sean, but I'm going to ask you to do it again.
Yep.
Mainly looking for heights, and if it's possible, mainly to cross via the walls, climbing walls,
Mm-hmm.
the mold to get to that room is what he's trying to determine if it's even possible.
Okay. So first of all, as you guys look at the trough, you see that it is a well-fashioned one. It sits up about 4 feet from the floor. Looks to be maybe 2 feet deep then. So it's like the bottom of it's 2 feet off the floor. The top of it's about 4 feet off the floor. So it's about a 2 foot deep, well-made looking trough. It's made of stone, but it's very intricately carved with wavy patterns and whatnot that make it kind of look like water from the gray stone. There is a spigot about 8 foot up the wall that points directly down into this large trough, because it's literally about 15 feet wide, a couple feet deep. Looks like it used to hold a lot of water. You can see little drains toward the bottom that drain out somewhere, but it doesn't look like it's held water in who knows how long, because it is bone dry. As far as the gallery that you guys are in now, the ceiling itself is about 20 foot high, Hub. All of the doorways, or the 2 doorways, one here on this to the room you guys spent the night in, and the same is going into the room where the mold is. The door goes up about 10 to 12 feet, so it's not completely to the ceiling. It's rectangular, so it's not arched or anything, so it's just a straight open rectangle that's about 10 feet wide, 10 or 12 foot high, leading into each of the chambers. The mold itself goes now from wall to wall. It does not go all the way up the wall to the ceiling, but it goes up about 4 or 5 feet up the wall, all the way around from corner to corner, as well as on the central pillar that supports the roof above. So this H-shaped pillar where the mold is, it goes up maybe 4 or 5 feet up the wall that you can tell, but you can only see it from an angle, so you're not like up there looking. So yeah, I'm not sure.
So first estimate is maybe a 15-foot buffer on the wall, just an estimate from what I'm seeing at this moment.
15-foot buffer from the mold to the ceiling, yes, but only about a 4 or 5 foot buffer from the top of the doorway into where the mold is, right? Because the top of the doorway is only about 10 feet, and the mold goes up halfway up the wall, or halfway up the door. So, yeah, you would have to like climb across the wall and then try to find some way into the doorway without hitting the mold in any way.
How far from the mold can you get without the effects affecting you?
So Mulgar was about 5 feet away from the mold when it started getting really cold, and that's when he started taking frostbite damage.
So, Hub, I don't know if that thing goes up halfway up the wall, you're gonna have, if any kind of margin, it's gonna be very small before you start getting frostbite.
I think it's a horrible idea. I think we can't save him. The problem is he falls into that, he's dead, and we can't get him out. I'm not going back in there to get somebody out.
What if we tied a rope onto him? I mean, I'm just saying, then we could pull him out at least. But
I vote that we go back up and see about this, turn another lever and see if something else happens, because I think this is a bad idea.
I agree 100%. Let's at least try to get some water out of this fountain right quick.
That's a great idea.
If I ask,
I just wanted to look at our options.
If I had Cub get on my shoulders, could you look at the spigot to see if there's a way to maybe unclog it or open it up?
Sure. Absolutely.
Hub, would you like to oblige and take a look at the spigot and see if you can open it?
Will do.
All right, I will lift Hub up toward the spigot and see what he sees.
All right. As you get up there, easy enough, you can see that from your view, Hub, the spigot doesn't look blocked. It just looks to you that whatever the water source was is no longer a source, or it was turned off. But you don't see, there's no knobs, there's no nothing. Just whatever was maintaining it at one time is no longer maintained.
Okay, I pass that on to the group, that there is no knob, so whatever turns it on or off, or even if there's such a thing that turns it on or off, it's not here at the spigot. So I have no idea what's going on. Maybe the water just isn't flowing.
That's fine.
Yep.
It was a thought.
Yeah, maybe we should, somebody mentioned, go check out the next one.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Okay.
And if worst comes to worst, we can always come back down here. But I just that was cold.
Okay.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Maybe when we go back into town, we can research how to kill it.
Hey, Biamba.
And then,
Biamba. Go back to the end of the hall where you were, right down here. As you go to head down the hall, you sort of glance over your shoulder one last time looking. You can see this partially created statue of one of these tall humanoids that you guys been seeing around. But out of the corner of your eye, something golden glints. Right here, you can see some sort of a golden sphere thingy glinting against the wall just as you start heading down the hallway to leave with your friends.
You got to do that to us.
I know.
Okay, something gold in that room. We can't get past mold yet.
We need to come back.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Could
marked
be
it
lightning,
down.
could be acid, could be water. I have no idea. It's certainly not fire.
All right. We could try fire again.
no, thank you.
That's an idea, sure.
All right.
The fire just wasn't big enough. We need a bigger fire. Bigger fire.
Yep.
I'm going to push the lever.
It's actually a button, but yeah, same thing.
Oh, sorry, a button.
That's fine. I'm just teasing. That's fine. All right. So as you guys move all the way down back into the main entry chamber where you descended, you push the button and you hear this sound, slight rumbling. A moment later, the doors in this pillar open, revealing the hollow tube with which you descended originally.
I guess we'll go up one by one and let us know if something unfortunate happens on the way up.
All right.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'm not afraid. I'll go
Now,
first.
now, Hub can go up with somebody if you want two people
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah,
I believe.
Hub,
Is that
jump in with
correct, Sean?
me. We can
Yeah.
be jammed
Will do.
together. We can be jelly together when it squishes us.
Okay. All right.
We be jamming. We
God,
be
you guys are
jamming.
giving me such great ideas, man. Okay, so anyway, next adventure. You all take your turns, and it takes about a half an hour, but eventually you guys all find yourselves. What? Where'd all the tokens go? Well, that's kind of strange. Give me. Oh, I know why. Because I had them.
We
all
were
invisible.
crushed.
Nope. I just had you invisible. That's why. I had you hidden.
Hey,
As you guys find yourselves back at the main chamber with the strange sarcophagus, only this time the sarcophagus, obviously, I can't change it on the picture, but it's pointing toward the hallway that you guys are returning from.
Hey, can you
Hey,
put a
Sean.
permanent arrow on the map, DM, that shows which
Yeah.
way it's facing?
Yeah, I'd probably do that. Let me do this.
Hey, Sean, quick question. When we were coming into this cave as a ranger, did I notice, was there any source of water outside of this cave, like close, that we could go to within an hour and fill up our water skins?
Yes. Yes, there was.
Okay. I say we back out, fill our water skins, and then come back and play with this thing.
I don't know what the impacts are of not having food. Like I said, I am out of food, so I'm not. I hate to do that, but yeah, I'm.
If you want to go out, I can always grab us some rabbits or squirrels or whatever. Easy stuff. Maybe even the deer if I can find one.
Oh, sounds like a plan. The barbarian should be able to help you hunt.
Yeah.
That's just one of his specialties.
So, if you want to go foraging is a minimum of 1 hour of going out there. But usually foraging at night's a couple hours. But I'm just going to say, for brevity's sake, a minimum of 1 hour to forage for enough food for one person.
So if we each did it, being the ranger and the barbarian, we could get we could get water and 2 people's worth of food.
Yes.
What do you think?
So it would take you about 3 hours to get enough water and food for everybody if the ranger and the barbarian went out together.
Let's do it.
Yep, let's do
And then
it.
come back in and do this.
Eating's good.
All right.
I can also set up some small snares and stuff like that we can come to later.
Good idea.
Okay. Let me do this then. If you guys, everybody, you can go ahead, and if you have it on your sheet somewhere where you have rations, just give yourself 1 ration and a water skin full of water. If you don't already have it, let me know.
Say that again now.
Everybody gets 1 ration and a water skin full of water. A water skin should hold 3 pints of water. So right now I'm showing Hub has 2 pints of water, so I'm going to make it 3 pints of water. And I don't see, let's see in his backpack. Nothing in the backpack. You got the bullets in 1 pouch. And your sling in the other pouch. I don't see any rations for Hub. Did he buy any?
Is that because I'm out, or would it?
Oh,
be
yeah, that's right.
zero?
It is. It's because you're out. That's right. That's because you're out. So we need to give you 1. All right. So there you go. Hub has his 3. Should have his 3 pints of water and his 1 thing of ration. So there's Hub. We do Biamba. Biamba, your backpack's overflowing. It's showing.
Oh, yep.
It's so yeah. It says you got 21 days full of rations, dude. What's up with that?
Oh, that's not right. I only had 12 days of rations. Plus the third day. I just got
Okay,
13.
so I'll just make it 13 then.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go. I just
There
fixed
we go.
that. And then your water skin. Not sure where that is.
I filled that up.
Okay. All right, so that's Biamba. Hub's done.
I filled. Mulgar did his. He should be good.
All right.
Yep, Renoir's good.
Water's good. And we will. Oops. Yeah, it shows here that Modred has 6 pints of water, so he should be good. He's got 2 water skins.
Oh, what? Mine doesn't show that. Hold on.
It could be something along the lines of, like, you have it on your gear, but you also have to associate it with your other stuff. Yeah, because it shows here you've got 12 days of rations. So if we go, it could be that it's not set to be showed as, is it showed as carried? Yep, showed as carried. Attributes, provisions. Okay, that's good. So you should have the food.
Okay, I can only see one water skin on my sheet. That's
Yeah,
on,
one water skin, but it has 6. It actually, it should have been.
mine says 3 pints.
Yeah, it's weird. I've got your sheet open, and it says 3 pint, but it actually, if you look, it's if you click on your water skin and you show the pints of water, it actually shows 6. So you should actually have, I think, 2 water skins. So each one.
6, max capacity 6, weight
Yep.
reduction.
Yep. So what I think is fine. So, and then the water up at the top, you've got 2. Yeah, it's weird that it has 2 water skins, max capacity 6. I don't know why it's not showing full for you. It says water skin 3 pint.
Because I took a long rest and then it jumped it down to 3.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's supposed to be 3 every time you do a long rest or whatever, but I'm not going to worry about it too much now because I see right here you got 6 pints of water now. So I don't know why it's I'm trying to do your water here, but it's like not letting me. Let me do this here. Let me click the select water.
Water everywhere.
Yeah,
Never
so
a
instead
drink.
of, so for those of you that want to know, if you click on, if you go to your, where it says long rest and then it has food and then water, if you hover over where it says water and click the trash can to remove it, and then it'll let you click to re-add it, instead of adding your water skin, add the water pint. So instead of adding a skin, you're adding the actual how many pints of water you got. So if you click it, select, and then on your, it'll show a drop down. You select the water itself, not the water skin. Then it should take off from the pints of water as opposed to taking off a water skin. And it, because it's supposed to be a pint of water a day. So instead of what was happening is I had it set up to take from the water skin. So it literally took 3 every time because it was taking a water skin every time instead of just the water. So, but anyway, so if you guys, I'm like I said, I'm not going to worry too much about it now. You guys should be good to go.
So we didn't even need to go outside, right?
Well, no, well, probably not, but it looks like Mulgar didn't have any water in his.
Yeah, we got rabbits and squirrels, and I can skin them out, and we can have them.
Yeah, but it looks like
for
everybody
feeding.
looks to me like everybody has their rations. So that should be good. we should be good right now. Like I said, first of all, everybody has their stuff, and now you've got foraged for another day anyway, so we have at least another day that we can do so. But that
All
does
right, let's
that
go back
does
and play with
take
this fun thing.
yeah, that does take a while for you guys to do it. And so as you come back to this place, it's close to midday by the time you're done foraging for your food and whatnot.
Just a minor side note. While watching them forage and clean and skin everything, Hub almost lost his stomach, just for what it's worth. So,
I give him like a rabbit liver just out, straight out of the rabbit. Here, eat this. It's good for you.
All right.
Hub apparently thinks all the meat comes from the Magic Meat Factory.
Hey, Asher, how you doing, man? Appreciate
Us
you.
doesn't.
Asher.
What?
What?
All right. So as you guys find your way back into this lower chamber, I'm assuming that you're going to want to try and
Turn it again.
Spin it. Spin that
All
wheel.
right. You want to spin it to the green?
Wow,
the
what a
next one?
wheel!
I
Let's go
always
to the
bet on
green.
black.
I thought somebody said green. Let's go with green. I like green. Green's my favorite color.
Right.
green is the
Still
next
green.
one anyway.
Perfect.
So
And it's my favorite color.
all right. Let me get
What
this.
could go wrong?
Not much.
Absolutely everything.
So at the end of this green tunnel that leads like up here to the north,
Don't go into the light, Caroline.
you know that there is a engraved circle in the floor here as well, very much similar to the other one that you guys just left out of the yellow.
Nice.
So
Why did it say I got plus 5 feet?
give me a strength check, or who's moving.
I'll
doing it
do
together.
it with whoever else.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
need bend bars and open gates. If you-
Okay.
So were we moving this as a team, or it's just one person doing it? I can't remember.
Nice. As Mulgar and the rest of you begin putting a little oomph into this, the platform begins to shift with the sarcophagus on it, as once again this oddly shaped base, which looks almost like an arrow, begins moving, going from the going from where it was to now. Getting pointed to the green tunnel. This tunnel no longer is lit up because you've taken the ever-burning torch out, and I believe it's still down.
Attached to my staff.
Oh, that's right. It is. It's still attached to your staff. However, you, as this thing clicks into place, you guys begin to hear this rumbling sound.
Is it lit? Can we see down there? I can't remember.
It is not. It used to be lit, but now the torch is attached to Modred's staff. He took it and you guys lashed it to his staff, so as he's walking, you guys have this light shining off of his staff. As I said,
I'm going to come around the corner so I can see.
okay. There's. So as you guys are standing there, as this thing turns and it clicks into place, you hear this rumbling sound. And then suddenly you hear this insane cacophony of screeching and like grinding gears. And you hear this like
I think we broke it.
Woof, 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 woof. The ground, you can feel, Modred, your beard begins to shake from the vibration coming from the floor below. You hear a crack, followed by another crack, 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 crack. And the entire floor at this end of the tunnel, in about a 5 or 6 foot radius where the cylinder you would expect to be coming up would be, the entire floor collapses. You hear this huge crash, 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 boom, 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 rocks falling. It's like an avalanche, as almost like a sinkhole opening up right there. As all the rocks and earth and dirt begin falling, you hear it crashing far, far below. One big, huge slam, as if a massive, heavy item crashes into a floor far below. There's a brief respite from the noise when you hear what you think might be like some sort of a chittering sound.
I'm taking my bow out.
And
Knock arrows.
yeah, no
Burn the
sooner than that happens than you watch pouring out of this gaping hole in the floor hundreds, if not thousands, of beetles illuminated up this bluish green kind of a glinting off their almost metallic looking bodies as they come pouring out in waves heading in your direction. As that's what I said. Oh shit.
Where's that fire? Where's that fire?
Yeah, I just got a flask of oil they want to try.
Modred pulls out the black wine and points it at the beetles and says, Clamaris.
Everybody
Love
roll
it.
for initiative.
Wait, how did...
So if you go to the on the combat tab,
Shit, can you turn down the background music?
yeah, I am. Give me a sec.
I can't hear nothing.
Yeah. Just so you know, you guys could turn it down on your own too. But anyway,
Oh, all right.
if you go to the on the right hand side, the tabs, the first one is chat, the next one looks like cross swords. If you click on that, you should see everybody is now in the I don't know why they're not showing it. In the it shows everybody in the combat, right? And then there's a little off to the right, there should be a white 20-sided dice. You just click that and you can roll initiative right from there. You should be able to
I
roll.
don't see that on mine.
Does
Yeah.
it automatically?
Hang on, I'll show everybody on the stream. If you look on the stream, I just showed the first one is chat, the next one down is the combat, and then off to the right, you should see a dice for yours.
Horrible rolling, of course.
So what do I do for a wand?
So right now you just roll initiative, and it can be your turn when. All right. So it looks like everybody has their initiative. And as we probably should have done it another way. All right. So, and again, I'm still getting used to this new. All right, damn it. I hate it when it does this. Let me do. It has all these things geared up to play, and I'm like, I just want the combat. All right. So next time we do initiative, we'll do it off your character sheet because I forgot. Again, I'm still trying to get used to this new how they got this layout, and I'd forgotten you can roll initiative off of what you want to do. Like if you want to do a spell, if you want to do your wand, you go to your wand, and there's a little dice roller right there on your sheet. But anyway, bottom line is we'll do this first round the way it's going. Hub, you are first in line for combat. And you can see, well, you guys probably can't see, the wave, even though it shows the beetles here where they're first coming out, the actual wave is about a 20-foot circle or a 10 or 15-foot radius of these beetles. It's kind of like if you ever saw the movie Mummy, when you saw all these massive amounts of beetles come in and swarm over the guys and like eat them alive. That's kind of what you're looking at. So the central area of the beetles, you still have to target here to do damage and whatnot, but they are actually like right out to here. So it's like almost like a 10 or 15-foot radius of beetles that are flooding up out of this. So
is there like a mass to shoot at with a bow? Or, I mean, I guess that would have changed what I did. Is there anything to put arrows into it?
Yeah, you can like shoot individual, like try to like shoot and then like, I would liken it to you're firing through and it's like going through a whole horde of them and your arrows like piercing on like shish kebabs.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right, that's fine.
That's kind of what I liken it to. Anyway, Hub, you're up.
So to confirm, these are kind of average or just
yeah, they're
large,
average,
but still size.
They're average size, but they're a shit ton of them.
Are they scarab beetles?
Very similar to like scarab beetles. But yeah.
I think I don't want to attack. I think I want to get on top of the sarcophagus.
Okay.
I'm saying, should we run?
Go ahead.
And then I'm actually yelling, should we run?
All right, go ahead and move yourself up on top of there. Is that it for you?
Yeah, for now, yes.
All right, cool. I forgot to begin the encounter. Oh, what the hell? God damn it. I started the encounter and then it like it reset everybody's roll. So if you guys would not be so, or if you would be so kind as to re-roll your initiative for me, I do apologize.
No, from there or from the character sheet?
Go if you want to do it from the character sheet, go ahead and do it from the character sheet. That way you can put it next to the item that you're rolling your initiative from.
Okay.
So
and I assume I'm not rolling.
Yeah, Hub, you go ahead and roll your initiative anyway, even though you've already gone. It's not a big deal.
Okay, how do you do it again now?
All right, so if you open up your character sheet, and you go to your gear or your, to your combat tab, which is the second tab, the little cross swords at the top of your character sheet.
Okay.
And you scroll down, and next to the item that you want to use, on the very left-hand side, you should see there's a pair of dice. Click on those dice. Know if you can see it there, Modred. Now, I don't know if on your view it will show dice next to your wands because you don't have them identified yet. However, if that's the case, you could just roll it the way you did it before on the encounter tab itself. All right, cool. That'll work. All right. So, Hub, you've already gone. And next up now is Ager. I should say, Biamba. Yeah, and you're...
I had a question. How tall is that sarcophagus again?
It's probably the base. You can jump up on the base. It's only a couple feet tall. The sarcophagus itself is another 3 foot tall. So a total of maybe 5 feet.
All right. I got that special leaping and springing bonus, so that's why I was going to use that, jump up, and still shoot an arrow.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, Kaduki. So I don't have anything to target, though, so...
So it's... I don't know, can you see it? Yeah, because it's actually a little out of your range. Let me move it into your range a little bit. There we go. Now you can target it.
Okay. Come on. Okay. It's not letting me target. Come here, you little bastard. There we go. Okay. Now we shoot him. Come on. You're making it take forever. Okay. No modifiers, so it should take that into account already, right?
Yes.
Okay. We'll see what it does.
All right.
Nice.
As you fire and you hit, its armor class is 4, and you hit exactly.
Okay, cool. So let me do... So I have to roll a 16 to hit an armor class 4. Damn, I gotta boost those numbers. All right. So here we go. I'm gonna roll damage of 1d6. There we go. 1. Figures as much.
Like it.
Did you get a second arrow, right?
Well, because I moved and shot. I don't know if he's...
yeah.
No, you can shoot twice because you're allowed to move up to 10 feet.
Well, because I did like a backward flip onto this thing using tumbling.
No, that's fine.
Okay. Well, then I will shoot again.
Nice. That misses.
That hit?
That misses.
That misses.
Nope.
Why did
you rolled a
it
7.
rolled my damage?
Well, no, it doesn't roll the damage. It just gives you the option to roll damage if you hit.
I see. It's 6 plus 1. That's okay.
Yep. So you missed.
Okay.
All right. All right. Modred. As you
Love it.
As Modred grabs his wand and he calls out what?
Pomaris.
Calomaris. Oh, by the way, thanks for the follow there, Death in Appalachia. I love it. Monkey, no, we don't allow nat 20s for the party, dude. Sorry, man. It has to go to the DM or nobody. That's okay. Pick somebody. Pick a player, dude. Really quick.
Like a wild elf, maybe a ranger, just whatever.
Either that or roll a 6-sided dice, Monkey, and tell me what the result is, and I'll give it to whomever. All right, Modred, as you point the wand and you shout out the word Calabash, you watch as this sort of a inky, smoky mist begins pouring off the end of the wand, and it immediately assumes the shape of this sort of a indiscriminate humanoid sort of figure, sort of standing there with his hands out, almost as if asking you, what do you want me to do?
Attack! And I point to the beetles.
As it turns, it sort of looks, and then it turns back to you and then shrugs its shoulders as you realize you have just conjured up an unseen servant.
Ooh, that would have been nice to go get the gold thing. That'd have been good downstairs.
No doubt. Modred mutters a curse appropriate to the setting, and he gets on the pedestal.
All right, go ahead and jump yourself up onto the pedestal. As you guys see these things coming in, as I said, they have this metallic bluish, greenish sort of a skin tone color. And as you see, their wings are all flapping, and you hear this as they're all coming. You can see this almost like a greenish mist being given off from them as they pour in your direction. As I have taken off one charge from your wand there, Modred, just so you are aware.
Okay.
I know you don't know how many charges there are, but as the things move up this far, they can't get to attack yet. However, their aura of this greenish misty gas flows over everybody except for Mulgar, who is just out of their range. As you guys breathe in, when this stuff comes in, you realize that they are giving off a cloud of acid gas as they fly by everybody. I need everybody to give me a saving throw versus poison, please.
Oh, that's not good.
I get a +4 against poison.
It should automatically figure it in.
Oh.
I'm not gonna put any modifier in.
Yeah, you don't put any modifiers, and it should put everything in, because when you have your character sheet, yep, because it actually on your character sheet it applies it by lowering the required number. So, all right, so it looks like we've got Modred failed, Hub succeeded, Renoir failed, and Biamba succeeded. So, that being said, it's interesting, doesn't have it there. I'll have to manually take these off you guys. Everybody suffers 3 hit points of acid damage. If you saved, you only take 1 point. So, Modred, you have suffered 3 hit points. That leaves you at 7. Renoir, you failed as well, so you take 3. It leaves you at 6. And Biamba, you passed, so you're at 15. And Hub, you passed. That leaves you at 7. Okay. That is it for the beetles, as they are not able to physically attack. However, every round that you guys are in their aura, which, by the way, their aura extends 5, 10, 15, 20 feet from where they are here. So 20 feet in every direction from here. If you are in that zone at the beginning of your turn, which this round doesn't count, but it does start next round. If you start or end your turn, in that acid, well, no, I take it back. I'm going to do it. You'll have to do it if you're there on the beetles' turn. So the next time, so every turn that you're in their zone of acid, then you guys have to make your saving throw. So anyway, we'll figure it out when we get there.
Just FYI, though, it did not apply my bonus. So
what I'm saying is, because it's already configured on your character sheet. So
it's actually not. It's saying 14, and that's the straight out of the book. It should be 10.
All right, we'll have to figure that out, because it's supposed to have already calculated it onto your sheet, but we'll figure it out.
Okay.
All right. So, Renoir, you are up.
So Renoir's first going to smash him, the ones next to him, with the mace, and then he's going to run for the hills.
Okay.
All right. At least I think I am.
Oh!
All right. So this is my second nat 1 in the row, but I got a nat 20 saved up, so I'm just going to use that.
All right.
Great timing.
As Renoir has his nat 20, and by the way, Mulgar, Monkey gave you that nat 20 too, so.
Oh, nice.
So anyway, Renoir, go ahead and just roll damage. It's just roll the damage for large, because it already took the -1 off, since, you know what I mean? So just do that, but when it asks you the type of damage, you want to do ×2. So whenever you go for click damage, it'll pop open a little window, and you do the drop down and do ×2 for your crit damage. And then roll that damage.
So on the modifier, do I do it ×2, or where do I put damage
So,
style?
damage style. Damage style, dice ×2.
I got it. Thank you.
Yep. Nice.
Nice.
As you do, and actually it's only 10 because you do a -1, so it should have just been a 1d6, not the +1. So it's a 1d6 ×2, so it actually does 10 points of damage. Make sure that it took off. Yeah, you guys got to make sure that you're targeting the creatures when you hit it. So.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I forgot about that. My
That's
mistake.
fine. All right, that's fine. All right.
And then I'm going to move my maximum movement, which I'm not exactly sure
So
what it is.
time up. You're only allowed to do 10 feet of movement during combat, so you can move up to 10 feet. Okay.
All right, there we go.
Yep. And Mulgar.
All right, arrows. Let's see. Oops, that one. First arrow. Oh, my long sword. Where's my long bow? Long bow. There it is. Oh, nat 20.
Is a crit. That is a crit.
Nice.
Nice. Make sure when you do your damage, you do the double.
Damage. ×2. Nice.
Nice. As you watch as your arrows go slicing through, a bunch of them skittering across the floor, slamming against the far wall as you have pierced them. As you guys watch, or as you are watching, suddenly you hear this screeching sort of like metal on stone clambering up out of the hole. You see this abomination creature. Remember the eyeball creature that attacked Hub earlier?
No.
You see something like that, except this one has claws and an eyeball. And I'm going to show everybody because I have a photo and I want to make sure.
Can I take my second shot?
Yes, you can, but not at that creature. You could take.
Sorry. Oops, I did it.
That's all right.
19.
That's all right. You hit the beetles. That's fine. The beetles are fine, but just not the.
Oops.
What the heck? All right, go ahead and do your damage on the beetles again.
Normal damage. Okay, there it is.
Nice.
3. And then I'm going to move. Does it say each square is 10 feet or 5 feet here?
5 feet.
And I will move my 10 feet away from it.
Get this. Something's not right here. Oh, that's why. It's like, why is this? And all right. But anyway, I'm going to show everybody this. This is what it looks like.
Ooh.
And it's about 5 feet around, and it's all claws, bony claws. But you hear it skittering, and as it comes skittering out, it literally climbs along the walls.
Ugh.
This way.
Which way? The picture.
No.
Oh. Sorry, you can see it on the... I'm going to take it away now. I am going to set it so that now in... if you look in the journals... If you look in the journals, on the right-hand side, on the right-hand tabs, about halfway down, there's one that looks like an open book. You click on Journal, and you can click, you'll see it says Whispering Cairn, and then Handouts, and then you can see the different ones that I've given you guys to see. And I will be setting that one so that you guys can see as well. Ownership. Parent. And it should... Yep, so the number 3, the horrific beast, is the one with the eyeball and the claws. So You see as it comes clambering out, heading along the walls, literally like Spider-Man digging into the walls. As we go back to the top of the order, go ahead and roll your initiative either off your character sheet or however you're going to roll your initiative.
Sean, is this thing like high on the ceiling, or can I hit it with a sword?
Well, right now it's clambered back down onto the floor. So it came down and it ran along the middle of the wall, and you realize that it was running up above the acidic mist being given off by these beetles. So it obviously has an intelligence due to the fact that, hey, these beetles are giving off acid, and I don't want to be in the acid either. And so,
all right, I'm switching weapons to a longsword to charge it.
All right, Renoir, you are up first.
Mojo's probably going to go down this round, y'all.
All right. I'm going to move back to the beetles and re-engage them. That seems like the only thing to do. I'm not getting out of its range of effects. So,
okay.
Just out of curiosity, do we have any idea of how many look like they're left? Or
You have taken out. No, you've taken out a bunch of them. It's not quite the horde that it was. Many of them have like scattered and like left, like they're leaving. They're going up the stairs to the south and maybe back down the way they came. But there are still plenty of the creatures here as well.
All right. Let me select these guys first.
Okay.
Now, this is a nat 1. I don't know what's going to happen here.
If you got a nat 20, I'd switch it.
Oh, it's not a nat 1, but it is a miss. The target has armor class 4, but you hit armor class 11, if you can believe that. All right. Is that it for you?
That is it for me, sir.
All right. As the mad slasher creature.
Come get some.
I mean, he's down on the ground now, right?
He is. As
He's in the mist?
No, he is outside the mist. He and Mogar are both outside the mist. As it comes and it leaps at you, and its claws barely pass by, just scraping across the outside of your armor, leaving a thin trail as its razor-sharp claw fails to penetrate. As the beetles attack, now they swarm over the top of, and this is actually going to be everybody, because everybody in the zone of their acid is where the beetle. You got to remember, I'm only able to show you one on here, but the beetles are like this huge swarm. So they literally have swarmed over all 4 of you on the in front of them as well as on the coffin. As the beetles try to slam into Renoir, they miss by 1. So I am going to use my one and only point available to me to make that a hit. As Renoir suffers 5 hit points of damage.
Yep.
And you are down, it looks like.
I should have 1 left, right? I had 6.
For some reason, it said you had 2. All right, so let me see.
It had started with 9 and lost 3 last turn due to the acid, and then.
I wonder if it took off the full damage instead of. That's probably why. All right, so let me go back to Renoir, and you should have 1 left. You said it did 3.
It should have been 3 last time, leaving 6, and then so I got hit by 5, right? So that should be 1 left.
Oh, you know what it did? Okay, I'm sorry. So what it did is when they hit. I apologize for this. I should have. When they hit, they do slashing damage followed up with acid damage as well.
Oh.
So it did 5 hit points of slashing, followed by 3 hit points of acid damage.
Oh, well, that kind of hurts.
So if you had 6 and it did 8, so yeah, it is correct. You are down.
It'll be a quick night.
I do apologize. I forgot that they did that. I forgot
Is there a second
did.
save?
Huh? No, it's the not for the damage when they hit you, because it's like getting sprayed with. All right. Iger, you're up.
Oh, okay.
Do we all need to make a saving throw?
No, not right now.
There we go.
Nope,
Okay.
not right now.
I'm going to make a 10-foot move, again, backwards here.
Can you pull the wizard out of the way?
Why won't it let me move? What the hell is going on?
You got to select your...
I am pulling my...
Maybe that's
Yeah, a
impassable.
while ago.
Let us go over the
Oh,
object
you know
for some
why?
reason.
Because there's like a wall on here for the thing. Let me do this. I have... It's not... They're called terrain walls. It's like not letting you move around. But yeah, so I took them off so now you can move through it.
Okay, so I should be there.
Yep.
All right. And from there, I am going to attack the beast, the
Okay.
beastie.
Okay.
See what we get from that. And... yeah, it's supposed to put the attack modifier on there.
That hits.
Nice.
Hits. Damn it.
I like it. 2 hit points of
These-
damage.
That's not so good. All right, let's try it again. Oh, no. But what we're going to do... That didn't hit, no.
No, it doesn't.
Right?
But you do have a nat
Okay.
20.
That's what I'm going to use, nat 20.
All right, go ahead and roll your damage. Make sure you select double the damage.
All right, damage style, times 2, right? Yep.
Yep.
Damage. Come on, these freaking dice are rolling like crap again.
I like
They
it.
were rolling great last time. Now
Hey,
they're
man.
rolling like crap.
Wah, wah, wah. Hub, you're up.
So just to confirm, so the beetles are obviously in front of us.
Yeah.
They're also behind us towards the stairs. Is that correct?
So some of them have just kind of run off on their own. The swarm of beetles, the center is here, and they expand out in about a 20-foot radius. So they expand all the way to here, to here. They're up on top of the thing where you guys are, but there's a few scattered here and there that are leaving. The swarm is getting smaller as you guys have been pounding on them, but there's still a large swarm of them, but essentially in that whole circle that I said.
Okay, what to do? Okay, I'm going to stand my ground, take the hit, but I'm going to attack the beetles if I can.
So just think of it as this is like the swarm of the beetles, roughly. So go ahead and just, what are you attacking with?
Oh, if that's the case, so I could move 5 feet and be out of the swarm, is that correct?
Yeah, I would allow that. Yeah, you can move 5 or 10 feet, really.
That's where I want to go, and then I'm going to attack the beetles.
Okay,
The animals, not the band.
gotcha.
Okay, walk me through this again. So I'm going to click on my dart, or do I need to first click on them, correct?
Click on them and do Shift T or
Shift
right.
T.
Yep. Click on it, Shift T, it'll target it, or you can right click it and select the little target. Yep, you got it right there. And then do your dart and just go onto your combat of your dart and click on the dart, and then it'll roll it. It'll open up a little thing to say attack, and you click attack and roll it. There you go. That misses. You hit armor. Yeah, you missed by about 7. So I do want to say, nope, Hub does not have any nat 20s or anything. So Hub missed. Now you do
That's
get three.
correct.
You do get 3 attacks with darts, so you get 2 more attacks.
Roger that. So I'm going to throw some more.
Okay. Oh, that misses as well.
Them darts are heavy, ain't they?
Yeah. And all 3 darts miss.
For the
8,
love of
7,
Pete.
6, 5, 4, 3.
Modred, you are up.
Okay, Modred's going to do the same thing. He's going to take that step back,
All right.
and then he's going to shoot his magic missile.
All right, so you've got the magic missile up. Just click cast, so that takes it off your character sheet. And then after that, you click however many missiles you get. Do that damage, like 1 missile or whatever it is. All right, says you do 3 hit points of damage. Oh,
Can I use one of my +1s to make that 4 hit points of damage?
No, that is only used for dice rolls, not for damage.
Okay.
Could he ask his unseen servant to pull the cleric out of the way?
I
I was
believe
just thinking the same thing.
unseen servants. I don't know if they are able to pull something that heavy, but why did that not take? Some reason it didn't.
Do I got to target it?
Well, you do have to target it when you do, but that's why it didn't take the damage. I just manually took it off. So, yeah, whenever you
my
attack,
bad.
yeah, that's fine. Whenever you attack something, you have to do, you have to target it. Otherwise, it won't do what it's supposed to. Mulgar, you are up.
All right. Long sword. Where's my longs?
Hits. Nice. Nice. As you slam down onto it and you stab it right through the eyeball, ending its miserable
I do a little
existence.
flex. A little flex, too.
All right. Nice. All right. Really quick here, I'm looking up the unseen servant because I'm pretty sure it's unseen servants, the non-visible valet, a butler to step and fetch, open doors, hold chairs, as well as clean and mend. Which is not strong, but which obeys the command of the magic user, can only carry light items, a maximum of 200 gold pieces weight. So that's like 20 pounds max that it can move.
So the cleric weighs more than 20 pounds. Okay.
Yeah, so he's a fatty. So.
Hey,
All right.
All right.
kick a man when he's down.
Is there any way? Never mind. I can't make him bind his wounds or nothing, can I?
That is correct. Well,
Okay.
I would say yes, you can. Because I would consider that something like cleaning.
Okay, I'm going to ask it to do that.
Okay. And in doing so, for this round, he still loses 1 hit point for this round, putting him at -3. But I will say that it will end. It will end the automatic loss of hit points, but the beetles can still swarm over and eat him while he's down. Everybody go ahead and roll your init with whatever you're going to do your init with. I prefer it off your character sheet, so like if you're swinging a sword, to do it that way or whatever.
Shoot.
Yeah, I didn't see a bleed action on my character sheet.
Yeah, there's no bleed action, sorry. I should do that. Looks like just waiting on you, Modred.
Okay, I'm going to use the white wand this time.
Okay. Roger that. I like it.
Fireball.
Don't be a fireball, y'all. Don't need to be a fireball.
That would be kind of funny. All right, so just go ahead and roll your initiative, your regular, since you can't do it off the wand. Just click it off the generic dice roller on your character. There you go.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to do it. I meant to say off the sheet, but that's all right. I'll do it for you. And let me. You got a 1. Anyway, so I can adjust that. So, Modred, you're up first.
All right, I say, is there Schmitten? My character's got an 18 and tells us he's smarter than me. He can pronounce that word.
Uh-huh. All right, give me just a second here. I need to... As the...
Could be something good, could be something bad.
Yeah.
Sound like the sweetest chef we're man.
Let's see.
The Muppet.
All right. You point the wand and you spit out the magic phrase that nobody can say but your character. As he points and he goes, "Schmettern!" And you watch as this little tiny dots of light come flaring up to the end of the wand, and they burst out, and you hear this sort of this screeching sound, and it hits the floor right beneath where the beetles where you were targeting, and it blows up and it shatters the floor right where it's at. As you realize that this wand has just cast a shatter spell, and it shattered the floor, but since it does not affect living things, the beetles themselves are not affected.
Oh, okay.
Hub, you are up. And let me take off one of the charges for that wand.
Okay, so I know that in combat we can move 10 feet.
Correct.
Is that just 10 feet and then attack, or what if we're just trying to move?
If you
Is it
just
still
want to
10 feet?
move, if you want to move, you can move up to your entire movement. You just can't do any sort of attack actions or anything like that. So if your movement's 90, you can move up to 90 feet. If you can move 60, you can move up to 60 feet. You just are not allowed to do any sort of attacks.
What if I'm going to try to drag somebody? Is that considered an attack? In other words, I'm thinking about the cleric.
Yep, so what you would need to do is have enough movement to get to the body, and then you use, for every foot you try to drag at somebody, it's 2 foot of movement. So if your movement is 90 feet, you can get to them and then drag them however far, but you only can do half of that, right? So let's say you have 90 foot of movement, you spend 20 feet to get to them. That means you've got 70 feet of movement left. However, since you're dragging a body, you only have 35 actual movement because it's a 2-for-1. Does that make sense?
Gotcha. So I've got a movement of 60, so 20 to get there.
And that would
That
give
would
you...
leave me 20. So
Right.
I would get to maybe the edge of the circle.
Yes.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. We're supposed to be heroes. I'm going to go for it.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to run up to.
Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Maybe to give you a bonus.
Sure, I'll hold my breath.
So it's 15 feet to get to him. You have a movement of 60. So 15
That's correct.
15 feet to get to the cleric. That leaves you 45 feet of movement. Half of that is 22 feet, really. So you would actually be able to drag him to right here. Right?
All right.
However,
that's what I'm.
However, moving into the acid and dragging him out will require a saving throw versus poison. As you're
Roger.
even holding your breath and stuff, the acid is going to be burning away at you. But
Understood.
but I will allow that. Okay.
Bub kind of does kind of a high-pitched scream, and he tries to do
What's
it.
that crazy halfling doing?
All right, as you get to right there. Okay, now give me a saving throw versus poison, please.
Be high, be high, be high.
As you fail your saving throw versus poison.
Go figure.
As you suffer 11 hit points of damage. Just as you drag him out, you're like, oh, but the acid is eating away at your face into your lungs. As you are now at -4. As you collapse to the floor.
It's vicious.
All right. As the beetles, seeing you guys there, I'm just going to move them a little bit closer just so, well, actually, I'm going to move them like right here. As the beetles come and they try to get after Biamba and they go Biamba and the wizard. As they miss Biamba, they go after Modred as well as the swarm. As the beetles hit the wizard. 4 hit points of slashing, followed by 3 hit points of acid for a total of 7, which takes you right to 0.
Does that make a saving throw?
You don't need to make the saving throw because the acid's automatic damage on a hit. So you are down. Mulgar.
Ay, ay, ay. All right, let's see. What is it?
You see the beetle swarm is a little smaller than it was. Many have been destroyed, stomped upon, smashed with a mace. Even Hubs running through there to grab Renoir to pull him out was stomping on the beetles and crushing them under his feet. But unfortunately, as you fire away, your arrows go slitting through, looking like it maybe hit 1 or 2, but nothing worth anything on
Well,
your
I have a natural 20, so I'll use that on the first arrow.
Okay. Let me go take that off really quick. And that is your last nat 20.
Yep. And then since it missed, how do I do that? It's not giving me the option to do damage.
The damage should be, if you go on the chat, you should see where you rolled your attack and it showed missed. There should be a damage button there.
Okay. Yep. Sorry, there it is. Yeah, I was looking in there. I was wrong. Yeah, I was in the wrong one.
Nope, you're good. Nice.
Oh, double.
12 hit points of damage as you watch as a slew of them just go scattering everywhere, leaving but a small little remnant of a few beetles left.
My last arrow.
Down. Oh, I forgot you have another arrow. My bad.
Yep.
Come on, hit it.
Crit! As you hit again.
Awesome.
Holy crap. That's awesome.
Boom.
As your
Nice.
arrows, boom, clear out the last of the horrid beetles that have been plaguing you, that has almost destroyed your party where you stand. And you find yourselves once again standing in these lower tombs, wondering just
Okay, we're going to rush over and we're going to give aid to our people.
Wondering just what the fuck are we doing here? Give me just
So
a
I
second
can give him.
here.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, I had to do this just to get the music back that I wanted. All right. As you guys immediately apply aid to your comrades. Weird, it's not playing my music. Kind of sad, Banda. You guys apply. Renoir was at -2. Hub was at -4. I don't know why it's not allowing me to do that. And you were right at 0 on the mage. So what do we want to do? All we're doing is binding wounds.
Right now, that's all I can do.
I can do it's called first aid, and it gives them 1 hit point, but yeah, it does a binding wound so they don't lose any more.
Okay.
So I can do that. I'll do that first to. Actually, let me do the wizard first instead.
If we're out, did we move rooms?
I shifted you guys, and then I shifted you back. So you didn't move rooms. You're still in the room with the
Okay.
Thing.
Yeah, I wonder.
Okay, mine didn't catch up.
I wonder if that thing did that because there was not a torch above the. Is there a torch in the yellow one?
No.
Okay.
No, there was no torch.
Anyway, so the wizard gets 1 hit point back, and if he rests, he'll get 2 the following day. It's like it doubles the healing for each rest period.
You can do that to everybody, right?
Yeah, I can do that to everybody, and I'm going to do myself included. So
yeah, roger that.
All right. So
Yeah, but once I'm up, I can use spells again. So.
Well, I think we should do is kind of move everybody to just one of these corner alcoves and just rest and try to get some kind of strength back to keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
DM, is the unseen servant still with us?
He is.
All right, I'm going to ask him to go to that blue alcove where the skeleton is.
Okay.
And to go up to the tunnel.
Okay.
And go retrieve whatever's in that demon in the mouth of that demon face.
Okay. You watch as nobody else can really see it but you. You more sense it than see it. But it disappears and it comes back in a little while. But in the meantime, what are you guys all doing?
So I'm doing that first aid, so everybody gets 1 hit point back. And when we do the long rest, you'll get 2 instead of just 1.
Okay.
Okay, so remind me of the game mechanics. So I'm at -4. Does that mean I'm -4 or I'm at 0 and now actually 1 hit point? Apologies.
The wizard goes, if he was from 0, he goes up to 1. Hub would, if he's -4, he goes to -3, I guess. And binding wounds means that he won't go any lower than 3. Right. And then I can do the same thing to the cleric and to Mulgar.
I didn't take any damage.
Oh, okay. Well, then just the cleric then.
All right. How much damage did you take, Biamba?
Just the 1 point of damage.
Yeah, okay. So you're at 15. All right, cool.
So I should be at 16, actually.
Yep, you're at 16 now because you healed yourself.
Okay.
Well. All right, so right now, Modred, Hub, and Renoir all have 1 hit point.
Cool.
As you guys slowly come around, your skin is burnt and puffy. Your lungs feel like you've been breathing fire.
I cough up more blood.
I go get him a mullein extract so he can heal his lungs.
Nicodemus is flitting all around, trying to lick on your ears and your face, and then it spits and coughs as it tastes some of the acidity that was given off by these acid beetles. But fortunately, you all at least have heartbeats, thanks to your barbaric and elfin friends.
You don't like what I put on you, so don't ask what it was.
Oh, thank you.
It was Dookie. It was.
But only
Renwar's
collected
gonna-
from a raccoon on a full moon.
Yeah.
Does the cleric have any
Renwar's-
healing?
Is the cleric able to heal? Yes, the cleric is able to heal.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The Renwar's going to start casting Cure Light Wounds. One, I've got 3, and I'm going to cast one on each of us.
Okay, go ahead and cast. Target whomever you want to target with the spell, then cast, and then apply the spell.
How do I actually cast the spell outside of combat?
So what you do is you target and just there you go. Just and then you click
There it is.
click cast. What that does is that removes it off your sheet, and then you click heal, and that actually does the healing. Are you actually trying to move, Modred? Reroll the 1. So I'm gonna.
I was just trying to move the.
Go ahead and click heal again.
Nicodemus
Okay, sorry.
just in case he accidentally clicked on it, not me.
There you go. All right, 4 hit points went back to Hub, so Hub is at 5 out of 8. Thank you, sir. Yeah, anytime that we roll a 1 for healing, I always undo it and then have you re-roll it. Because I always re-roll 1s for healing. That's the kind of guy I am.
Awesome.
This is a freaking pattern.
Yeah. It's all right, man.
What was the color of that hallway? That was green, right?
The one you went in, the one that there is now a gaping sinkhole, and the far end of it is the green one. Yes. Go ahead and click heal again there for me, Renoir. Huh, let's try it again.
No, mommies.
One. If you get a third one, he's just getting 1 hit point. That'll work.
That's
You should
better.
get 5 hit points. So, Modred, you are now 6 out of a possible 10.
Feeling a little better.
All right, and then just target yourself to do the same thing, Renoir.
When I double click on it, it brings up information about the token.
So try to just click on the token. Don't double click. Just click on the token and hit Shift T. Shift button and the T and see if there you go. Not selected you.
That did it.
Make sure you. Oh, never mind. I think that's me. Yeah, that's weird. All right, and then click the heal. All right, says you got 4 back, so that leaves you 5 out of that. So, all right. So
What was the name of that beast we fought?
You don't know?
I forgot. I'm trying to.
You have no idea. I just called it a mad slasher,
Oh, okay.
but you guys have no idea what it is. It looks like something that was pieced
Double
together.
call it a crawling eyeball.
Yeah, the crawling eyeball, but whatever it was, it doesn't look natural.
I'm just putting it in our journal.
Yeah, I figured.
I want to walk over here and I want to peek, not just in case the floor is not stable. I'm going very slowly.
Okay.
And I just want to kind of peek to see if like there's a hole or the shaft or what's there.
There is a hole about the same size as the one that you guys went down before in the floor. It's a little bit bigger, but you can see that it looks like it's a sinkhole and the floor is just collapsed. And you recall that in the other one, you guys were in that elevator shaft thingy. It looks like whatever the tube was holding the mechanisms and whatnot, the whole assembly is just collapsed all the way below.
If I kind of get on my stomach and kind of move, kind of crawl a little bit, can I look down?
Sure.
without hopefully falling in. I want to kind of see, does it look like it, how far down it goes? Can I tell?
What's your elven range of vision?
I think it's 60 feet in
That's
for
what I
vision.
thought. 60 feet. You can see no indications of any heat signatures or anything as far as your eyesight can go, nor can you see, it's pitch black, right? So you see like nothing. And so it is like you have no idea how deep it is, but the hole has collapsed completely like a sinkhole.
Hey, Moldred, can I borrow your staff with the little light on the end of it for a second?
There you go.
As he hands
I'm going to
you,
tie my rope. I got 50 feet of rope. I'm going to tie off really good, and I'm going to start lowering it down just to see if we can get a depth.
Okay, that's fair. So the torch, you tie it off and you lower it down, and your rope goes and you get all the way to the end of your rope. And you can see that you're at the end of your rope, but you're not to the bottom yet. However, you think, you're not sure because it's very ragged and jaggedy, even though it's a collapsed sinkhole, like it's not perfectly round smooth. It's raggedy jaggedy. It looks like the floor is a little bit further than the depth of your rope will allow it to go. So
Anybody got a torch they can light and just drop down there?
it's probably maybe 60 or 70 feet deep, but it's roughly that.
But his staff had that continually torch on the end, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No,
Okay.
but it's difficult to see because
I
it's
gotcha.
raggedy
I gotcha.
jaggedy. The light doesn't really give you, like, you can't really tell
I
if you're
gotcha.
seeing a floor or it's just shadows.
Yeah,
I
and
gotcha.
Renoir pulls out his rope, and so he can tie it onto the end, and we can put it all the way down if we want to see what's going on.
Okay.
Okay.
So you attach.
And I've got 50 feet of rope too.
Man, look at all you guys spelunkers. So you attach an additional bit of rope, and you begin to lower down, and sure enough, the ever-burning torch goes for about another 10 feet when it hits solid bottom.
Now, we could try tying this to the chain. I assume the chain is still above with the lanterns.
It is.
Ooh, I
So
like
we
that.
could try tying the rope to that and use that as an anchor.
Anybody know how to tie knots?
I assume Hub does since he's a thief.
I got snare building, so that's the basic. You got to tie knots to do snares. So, and outdoor craft is part of my stuff.
Now, we need somebody in the Navy.
Hey, guess what? None of us in this party have been in the Navy except for in real life.
Yeah.
Boats scare me.
Trust me, they should.
No.
How climbable does this look?
Pretty climbable.
I got an 85% climb, so that's what as the light's been going down, I'm trying to figure out if I can climb this or not.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it would be that difficult to climb, even for somebody that's not an experienced climber. Although you may not like it, and we
can just tie off too.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm up for it if everybody else is. Tie off and let's go down there. And as long as we can get some rope on us.
Yep.
Just like to point out, I'm still squishy.
Well, I'm thinking we can rest down here. Do a little farther and then we can rest.
Well, I mean, I'm just even at full. I would probably be squishy from a fall, but if you guys want to go down there, we're tying off. I'm game.
Yeah, probably go down one at a time.
Well, maybe we'll lower him down just to be safe.
Yeah, we can do that. We're strong enough to lower him down.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm gonna be the first one down.
Yeah, we'll just do it. We'll do a sailor's cradle for you and just lower you down.
Hub, would
You
you
guys
mind
want
going
me to go
first?
down and maybe
Who, me?
say again?
Oh, no, I was going to say, does Hub mind going down? I mean, we can probably, he's light. We can lower him first, or we can, I don't know, just throwing ideas out.
Yeah, I was going to say, why don't we let me go down, tie the rope off on me. If I get down there and all of a sudden it's like, uh-oh, then you can play back up real quick. Like, what do you guys think?
That works.
Let's give that unseen servant time to come back from that demon face, just in case he brings
Okay.
something.
Sounds
And
good.
if it's obvious
Good point.
he just got destroyed by it or something, we'll go down. We'll just hate for him to return and then not be nobody for him to finish his task.
All right, fellas. Who's going down first then? Hub, you said?
That
Yeah,
is
'cause this
correct,
is
but they're going to go ahead.
No, I was going to say it's going to take a while for us to lower him down. So the unseen servant, if he comes back, I'm sure we'll still be here because it's going to take us probably an hour to get everybody down there.
Probably at least.
Half hour.
Probably
Yeah.
at least.
Okay.
All right. So as you guys are examining and tying off your rope to lower the torch down, Modred, you sense the return of your unseen servant. Empty-handed. He has nothing on him. And he's
Okay.
just standing there kind of like a shoulder shrug.
All right. I tell him I release him from service.
Oof. He fades into nothingness. And Hub, they tie you off and you begin to slowly climb your way down.
Nicodemus kind of flies down with him and perches on his back.
Okay. As you begin to lower him, you can see as you're going down, Hub, the remnants of what would probably a stone tube of some kind. Probably very similar to what you guys rode in when you were in the yellow tunnel. You start climbing your way and feeling your way down the dirt and the rock. Every so often, some of the dirt slides away, sending a little cascade, a little mini avalanche, if you will, of rock and dirt sliding down even further. And you look up waiting for everything to collapse on you, but nothing happens. And you manage to get all the way to the bottom. And as you stand and look around in awe, we'll describe what happens when we come back from our break.
Ancient red dragon.
We shall be back shortly. Hopefully you guys will hang out with us as we all get into the smooth, silky sounds of our very own Monkey Boogers after the ad, of course. I don't know why on my 5th edition game I don't get any ads, but whenever I do the 5e game and we go to monkey stuff, it's always ads. But we'll be back. I'm going to set the timer for 15 minutes. Hopefully you guys will hang out with us and be back to see what happens as the party explores this next area beneath the Whispering Cairn. We'll be back in a few minutes. Thanks for hanging out with us, man. I really do appreciate it. Got a good group tonight.
911, what is your emergency?
911 has faced nearly every emergency on Earth. ABC Thursdays, they will go where no first responders have gone before.
5 everyday heroes were launched into space.
All contact with the spacecraft was lost due to a sudden geomagnetic storm.
Mission Control, do you copy?
911, all new Thursdays, 8, 7 Central on ABC and stream on Hulu. From 20th Century Studios and the director of Prey, Predator Badlands.
Welcome to the most dangerous planet in the universe.
On November 7th.
Everything in this world is trying to kill you.
You are prey until you become the Predator. Experience it in IMAX and 3D.
We might not be alone in this hunt.
Predator Badlands in theaters November 7th. Get tickets now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to tonight's episode of Agora Quest. I almost said 21 shots are Age of Worms campaign that we have just started not too long ago. Let me get in here and pause this music. I want to welcome everybody back. Hopefully you have been enjoying the game thus far. Don't forget, if you have not clicked that follow, please do so. If you have been following for a while and you're earning tokens, don't forget to trade your tokens in for Nat 1s and Nat 20s to aid our party and or DM as need be. As you saw several times, the natural ones were plentiful and frequent. I guess I should say plentiful and frequent. I guess I kind of mean the same thing. But anyway, I encourage you, if you have not done so, please get those Nat 1s and Nat 20s in there early. And if you want to help support stream, for every 100 bits you cheer, you can grant a +1 to your favorite player or DM. Those do carry over from stream to stream. As of right now, Hub has +2, Modred has a +2, Mulgar has a +1, Renoir has a +1, and Biamba and myself are shit out of luck. And everybody's SOL as well as when it comes to the Nat 20. So we are all on even Steven grounds. Like I said, I'd like to welcome you guys back. If you just got here, welcome. Please don't forget to get that like and follow, man. That way you know who we are, when we play, yada yada. Oh yeah, I forgot. I got a Nat 1. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I am going to put that right up there so that if somebody tries to crit me, I'm going to make it a Nat 1. Anyway, as we return to our beloved cairn, what's known as the Whispering Cairn, which lies an hour or so outside of Diamond Lake, which is a small mining community in the hills, the Cairn Hills, to a lot of east, but a little basically northeast from the free city of Greyhawk. As our party has gathered here, they are under the employ of Alliston, a rather prominent figure within Diamond Lake, a mage/sage, if you will. He's contracted the party to come here, kind of like a test run to see who they are, what to make of them, etc. It really was just to find out what happened to a little girl who had gone missing several years ago. The party has found more than that, as they have discovered hidden chambers and ways to ingress and egress from this place. They have taken their toll and taking a beating, this is for sure. But as you guys look down into the gaping hole that once was an elevator shaft of some kind, very similar in this green tunnel, and I call them tunnels colored-wise because at the end of each tunnel there is a chain hanging from the 20-foot ceiling, and at the end of that chain is a rather ornate lantern. For those that have never watched the stream as of yet, this is kind of what the lantern looks like. This is the blue one, but this is kind of what they look like hanging at the end of the chain. But each tunnel has a different color. In the case of the first elevator the party went down, it was yellow. That was the northwest tunnel. That was this tunnel here. That has a yellow at the end of it. This one has green. When they first got here, it had the ever-burning torch stuck inside of it, so it was actually lit up, but now they have taken that torch out and are using it themselves. So the lantern itself is unlit, although it is still green. Two of the tunnels are missing their lanterns. The party isn't sure about those as of yet. They're hoping maybe to find them somewhere down here, but as of yet they have not found anything. But be that as it may, they now stare into this gaping void of a mini sinkhole. And now Hub has begun his descent. As I said before we went to break, Hub, the tunnel itself is jagged, although wide enough for you to easily work your way down as your companions hold the rope above, allowing you to easily and nimbly work your way down. Occasionally, a small little mini avalanche of rock and earth gives way beneath your padded feet pressing on it. But the descent is relatively swift and easy. And after about 60 feet, you end up in a chamber that has dozens of bas-relief figures similar to the one in the sarcophagus lid in the room above, stare disapprovingly from the walls here. Many sport crossed arms and stern expressions. A few of the statues' heads are missing, and some have huge chunks torn out of them. Others have a weird melted appearance, as if they've been sprayed by something terrible, as if something was, as I said, sprayed on them and began to melt them away. A large glyph that looks like a stylized arrow points down a short corridor to the north that leads to a four-way intersection. And as you look at this symbol, it looks like this. For those that are looking at the VTT, that is the glyph and what it looks like, and it's the pointy end is pointing to the north. Whether that has any significance, you're not sure. Be that as it may, it is what it is. And might I say, you recognize this symbol as in the other Underdark set of chambers that you guys explored. You saw this same marking in the room that you guys last did a long rest in. So you've seen this symbol before, Hub. Just now it's on in this section of the complex.
Okay, this is Hub. So to confirm, there is an arrow pointing down a corridor. I can see from that corridor there's like corridors branching off, like teeing off or something like that, a four-way.
Yeah, so you can see that you're in a room that is very similar to the elevator room you guys entered before. It's square or rectangular in shape, about 15 by 20 foot square. It has a little alcove area that you have climbed down where the elevator would have been. You can see the destroyed rock in the center of the chamber where the elevator itself crashed into this room and shattered, sending rocks and stuff skittering out into the hallway ahead. But as I said, as you look at it, there is, from where you're standing, there is a marking on the wall that's pointing to the north that leads out of this room. And out of this room, even though it's dark, your vision is, with the torch, sees at about 10 or 15 feet ahead, there is a four-way intersection. As you sort of take in your surroundings, in addition to the statues and bas reliefs and stuff that I've told you about, in addition to the shattered and destroyed elevator device or thing, being rock and rubble strewn about, you can hear echoing in this chambers down here a very, very low undertone, and you know how the smell you get like when it's going to rain, how that sort of rainy or wet sort of a smell. It's a very wet, musty smell down here as well. But most prominent is the that you can hear coming from the complex.
So is that just kind of surrounding me, or is that coming from the corridor, or can I tell?
It's coming from somewhere within the complex ahead. So it's not in the room you're in, but it's somewhere ahead. You're not sure if it's left or right because it's kind of bouncing off the walls and it's difficult to ascertain.
Roger that. Okay, the symbol that you got up here, which is the same as the former sleeping area bedroom.
Yes.
Where is that located at?
It is on the wall, just at the edge of this room you're in. There's a section of wall or a section of corridor before the four-way intersection. It's sort of inscribed on the wall there, and it's scribed such that the pointed end is pointing toward the north. So it's kind of, instead of pointing straight up and down, it's, if you look at the wall, it's kind of the pointy end is to the right, right? So it's like, but you know that's the north direction. It's just, I don't have a map to show you yet because not everybody's there.
Understood. So I'm looking at this pseudo dragon and I'm saying, I think it's safe for everyone to come down.
Okay, Modred has, I guess, been listening this whole time. Does that humming noise sound kind of like them beetles?
Yes, it does. As a matter of fact, it reminds you very much of those beetles.
Hub says, I don't think it's safe to come down.
Modred relays what he hears to everybody up front, and that Hub says he thinks it's safe to come down. But I do hear the humming.
But I'm starting to question that.
Well, I don't think we got much of a choice, unfortunately.
Well, I agree, but if we get stuck down there, we ain't coming up quick.
No,
so here's the challenge. We've used our healing spells. The wizard's already used the magic missile. I just wonder if we need to find someplace else to recover temporarily. Maybe the other sleeping chamber that we were at, seems safe. Or we're just an hour away from Diamond Lake. So, but I don't think this is the place we want to rest, and we are a little bit worn and torn at this moment.
Okay, I'm good with whatever you guys want to do.
Well, let's go back to the where we rested the night before, and then I can use that unseen servant to gather what it can from that one room.
Yeah, a new one, anyways. I think you released the last one.
Yeah. Use my wand again. Hopefully, there's more than one charge in it.
And not that the universe centers around Hub, although Hub thinks it does. I'm going to be down to no food again tomorrow. I'm just wondering, I hate to delay it, but I just wonder if we need to go back, get water, get food, recover oil, just get ready, and then come back, fully equipped, ready to. I mean, there's nothing saying that we have to conquer this Whispering Cairn, in one sitting.
Do we got enough money to get said food and water?
Yeah. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm broke.
Does.
We can sell those little houses.
Say what?
I've got rabbits and squirrels trapped outside. We got plenty to eat.
I think that's wonderful. Oh, sorry, that was Hub. But I have no oil, so I'm just wondering if we need to go re-equip. I'm not saying we have to. I'll go with the party. And I'm just wondering if, because that buzzing scares the crap out of me.
But do we got the funds to go re-equip? That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I think we do.
I've only got a few gold. I don't even think I got a few gold pieces.
Yeah, but we got those little houses or whatever to sell if we have to. The little buildings.
Yeah. Anybody got an idea how much you think we can get for them?
No clue.
I wonder if we can get a little money by discovering at least the fact that the little girl, as far as we can see, probably perished. Is no longer here. At least that mystery is solved, perhaps.
Yeah, he may give us.
Her body's probably in with the wolves.
We might could even sell him the little trinkets that we found. I was just like a little more, but if y'all want to go, we'll go back to town.
I thought I'd like to explore a little more, but I mean, I'm going with the party. What everybody wants to do.
I mean, again, it's not.
Well,
It's an hour away.
or we could try unveiling another one of these crossings instead of going to the death bugs. We didn't seem to do too well with those. I think we need fire for them. Of course, I always think we need fire.
I'm just worried that since we got this sinkhole opened up, if we, I mean, now they've got free reign to come out. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we should go back and get reequip. I don't know. I've got one more magic missile spell left and a sleep spell, and I doubt the sleep will work on those bugs. I think it's got to be humanoids.
No, sleep spell.
Yeah, I've become
sleep spell is a hit dice based thing, so it doesn't matter if it is as long as it's animal or whatever, it has to be a living thing that can go to sleep. So
well, y'all, that's the thing. It's got like a 20-foot radius, and that's about how big that last swarm was. It's up to y'all, man. Whatever y'all want to do.
Need an answer, boys. Tell me what we want to do.
Well, we got our butts kicked the last time we encountered those bugs, and we were lucky that we were able. The cleric survived and was able to heal those of us who got our butts whooped. And that cleric no longer has 3 heal spells at the very least. Yeah, okay, so any spells. So at the very least, I think we need to go rest in that one chamber. That's my advice, at the very least. And then consider re-equipping, or however we need to go.
Yeah, I think probably some rest at this point, and we're only first level. First level, you can just basically a strong wind will kill us. So rest will probably be good.
Strong wind not kill me. I too strong.
He says that stuff about being too strong, then I kind of under my breath say, and he uses a bow and arrow instead of standing in front.
All right.
I shoot best from horseback.
All right,
I don't see any horses.
All right, so are we then going back down to the yellow chamber?
Yes, I think that would be the best.
And get a night's rest, heal up, and then let's move on a little bit.
Okay.
All right. Somebody please help me up.
Hand over fist.
Right, we'll haul them up.
All right. So you spend about another 10 minutes or so helping the young halfling clamber his way from down below back up to the chamber where you're at. And I'm assuming then we are going to push the sarcophagus so that it is pointed back to the yellow.
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and do that.
I forgot about that.
Let's go ahead and do that. How are we doing this again?
I guess I'll have to go over here this time.
Okay.
Push this way.
Okay.
Went too far.
All right. As you guys take your positions and begin to go to
push.
Give me your Ben Bar's lift gates check, please.
What did I?
So is that for everybody?
Usually it's just one person. As you lean into it, Modred,
Yep, it's there.
Yep, it doesn't budge for Modred, but if you all put your weight into it, you do get the bonuses. So I'm thinking Mulgar was rolling before because he has the
Yeah, he was.
He has the easiest go of it. As you go to push
Nope.
on it, you find that Biamba, you like lean into it, and you're pushing, and you find that it doesn't go back toward the yellow.
You got to push it all the way around.
It only goes clockwise.
Maybe.
But we don't know that for
what
sure. I mean, did we just fail the row? We don't know for sure if
Well,
that's the
no,
case.
you're
We
trying to
could
push.
try.
You tried to push it back the other way. It failed. It didn't move at all. So you can try to push it clockwise if you would like.
Push it clockwise and see if it, but don't let it go all the way through.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Into
Yeah.
the
Right
blue?
now. Right now it's pointing to the green.
The green.
Why is this is weird. Oh, that's probably why. There we go. Okay. Anyway, go ahead and somebody give me a Ben Bars lift gates check again.
Holy shit! I actually made it.
As you push, it begins to slowly rotate toward the blue.
I'm wondering if that demon thing up there something might happen when we put the arrow in that direction.
Mm-hmm. As you stop it about halfway, like you said you wanted to do, it stops about halfway between green and blue. What do you want to do?
So, from a mechanics of the game point of view, can we push it the other way, so counterclockwise again? Do we attempt that?
We tried it the first time. Yeah.
As you stop and you go to push it back the other way, it does not move.
Oh,
That's one way only.
Only goes clockwise.
So we got to go to blue or go home.
Open up blue. Just whatever y'all want to do, man. I'm afraid to say.
Or just keep going.
It's in blue.
Okay. You
What's
push
the worst going to happen? Go to blue.
All right. You guys continue to push, and it reaches the blue, and you hesitate, expecting whatever to happen happens, but nothing happens. As no elevator appears, no demon appears, nothing. As you guys are now pointing to the blue. Oops. I didn't mean to do that.
Demon, fly up to that tunnel and tell me what you see.
Fly up to what?
Tunnel up there.
Yeah. Yeah. As you look through his eyes, there is nothing. It's just a tunnel that ends in the rock face, just as before.
Maybe the light's got to be lit.
Yeah, down the end of the tunnel. It's still there. Nothing has changed.
Not moved or anything.
Nope.
Okay, I take the torch out and put it in the blue lantern.
Okay, the blue lantern illuminates. Biamba runs away. As now the whole end of this tunnel is illuminated in a bluish light, as the blue lantern is now illuminated from within by the ever-burning torch.
I'm going to look at the floor under the torch area to see if there actually is one of those circles where the elevator came up on the other one, or if that's missing from this one.
Doing a quick feel and search around and wiping off some of the dirt and stuff, yeah, you don't find any inscribed or inscription or anything on this floor.
Damn, I lost Nicodemus into the black. I can't see.
Yep, he's actually
right here.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Just to be safe, you want me to put on my cool glasses and take a look, just to be safe?
Yeah, you
for the
can.
circle.
Yeah, you can do that if you'd like. All right, as you
just to cover everything. Yeah.
Yep, as you put your magical eyeballs on, suddenly everything comes in like very fuzzy and blurry until you get up close, and then it's like you're like these super magnified vision, but you look around and you see that there is no hidden inscription or anything inscribed on this floor.
And I pass it on to the party.
What about up where the lantern is?
What do you mean?
I look up, but I've got to get close. So
I left you up there. How tall is this?
The ceiling itself is the ceiling is 20 feet, but then there is an additional 30-foot rise at the end of this tunnel. The last 10 feet actually is a sharp additional vertical tunnel about 30 feet up.
Yep. Somebody got to climb up the chain, or Nicodemus had to go up.
Yeah, and the past circles have been beneath the lantern. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So if somebody can give me a boost, I mean, we're probably wasting our time, but let's just cover all bases. If somebody gives me a boost, I'll try to climb chain and just confirm there's nothing around the chain, and then we've got all bases covered.
Anybody got any kind of sticks aside from my staff? We got a burnout torch or something? The reason I'm asking is maybe Hob can go up there and stick the tip of that torch in the demon's mouth to see if it eats it up. I mean, I don't know, man. That face is up there for a reason.
Yeah, I agree. But remember, there was the scratches on the floor that whatever went up there, that whatever happened, something blew that skeleton out of that tunnel, I think. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't want to get near that demon's mouth. Not at first level. So let's just cover this one. So if it's easy, can I climb up the chain? I only weigh 55 pounds. But just confirm there's not a ceiling, around the chain.
Give me a climb walls check, please.
Roger that. Stand by, please.
As you easily scale all the way up the chain, you can visibly look down the hallway and see nothing but the rough stonework that you saw before. There doesn't appear to be anything different or strange up here.
Okay, I pass that on to the party and I come back down.
Okay. Shimmering back down, you are now back down under the blue lantern. Everybody is now bathed in a warm blue light.
I take the torch back out of that lantern.
Okay.
I guess we need to try to push it to the other direction.
All right.
No, guess we'll push it to the next one.
All right. You once again get yourselves together and combined as you push it, and it slowly grinds its way, and it hits the tunnel here that doesn't have a lantern in it, but based on the pattern that you guys saw up above, this one should have been like an indigo kind of a color, because it goes from blue to indigo, which is the big one to the east, and then there's to the southeast is a violet. But in this indigo one, as soon as it hits, you start hearing the grinding of machinery. And the elevator rises straight up from the floor, rises up about 8 feet or so, and then stands there. The doors slide open.
I'm going to go look for the jelly marks and blood marks again, like the last one.
Okay. Let me see. What is in this one? Where are we? All right. So this is the indigo. The indigo. Where is it? There's blue, indigo. So again, this one doesn't have any kind of a lantern above it. As you look inside this one, you can see what is obviously to you a bunch of crushed bones and moldy clothing upon the floor of this cylinder. There's heaps of no, it's all dried and munged and mushed up, but you can see there's like little heaps of clothing and chunks of bone and everything inside this small little 5-foot circular area.
That's not a good sign.
No, that sounds bad. That sounds very squishy. That sounds
This elevator's out of order.
Using the sword, just kind of move those clothes around and look and see if what's in there.
All right, give me a search check. So as you're sort of poking around, you actually find a small pouch, and as your sword hits the pouch, you hear the tinkling of coin.
Ooh.
We need
kind of slide that out.
Okay. You pull the pouch out, and you manage to extract it safely. Inside, you find several pieces of silver, gold, and a small ruby.
Ooh.
Ooh, Daddy's new mace.
That's a true story. He's not lying.
Anything else?
No, but for brevity's sake, the 35 gold, 15 silver, and the ruby, the halfling who is just being helpful, you guesstimate you're probably on a with a good money lender or a good exchange, probably get 50 gold for that ruby.
Ooh.
All right. Finally, we're making some progress here. All right. So, does this stuff?
So real quick, like before we go any further, I'm sorry, I apologize. Hub looks down the corridor towards the sarcophagus.
Okay.
He points that way, and he says kind of loudly to everybody, "What's that?" With a ruby in his hand. Does anybody fall for it?
No.
No.
I draw my longsword.
Roll a pickpocket.
Stand by.
All right. Now roll it 4 more times to make sure nobody else saw.
No, that's a no.
Okay. All right. Yeah, as the Nicodemus goes running out there, what? What am I looking at? So anyway, but okay.
I kind of hand over the ruby reluctantly to one ring to the party, and then
Yep.
Mojo goes, "Hey, Hub, check the cylinder for traps to see if it is a trap."
Okay. You want to do that? You can do that.
I don't know if I want to stick my neck in that thing, but the sword went in, right?
What could go wrong?
Just don't touch that button. It goes down.
What, that button? Click. Oh shit.
Okay, I'll do this, but it's going to take a little while because I'm going to do it in 2 steps. If that's okay with the party, I'm going to search outside the entryway to the tube first before I search inside of the tube. If that's okay with the party.
That's fine with me.
Yep.
Do what you got to do.
Just based on the cracked bones, can I tell if this was like a grain mill where it just like slowly ground down the bones?
Give me a wisdom check.
Ah, shit. Okay. Hold on a second. Let me find that. Gotta go to my character again. All right.
You can go ahead, Hub. You can do your skill check too.
We'll go.
Wisdom check.
Yeah, looking around, Hub, you don't see anything strange as far as this. It looks all right to you. Biamba, as you're looking, from what you can tell and smell, these bones and clothes look like there's probably about 5 different people. And you know that these things can only fit like one person at a time unless they're a short person. So unless they're all like 5 or 6 halflings standing on each other's shoulders, these are like probably 5 or 6 different bodies of clothing and stuff that you see in here.
So I'll relay that. This looks like much people, not just one. This could not be trapped to grind bones to dust.
Hub raises his eyebrows looking at Biamba and says, but there's been more than one person in this cube, and more than one person has been crushed multiple times.
At the same time.
That be correct? Right. Okay.
So,
and Hub takes a step back.
Renoir points out maybe the lack of the lantern is the issue.
Either way, I don't think we want to play with this one right now.
Nope.
My opinion.
I agree.
Keep on turning.
If we get desperate, we can come back to it, but I don't like it.
Okay.
There's other ones I'd be desperate for first.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to continue to push?
Yes, sir.
Again.
All right. As you grab a hold and you continue to push, tick, 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 until eventually it is pointing at the violet tunnel. But nothing happens this one. As it continues around, pointing past the south, swinging it, pointing it once again past this empty one, which you assume is supposed to have a red lantern in it. But once again, nothing happens. It swings around so that it's pointed directly at the orange here, and then continues to come once again at rest to the yellow. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Well, yeah, it is. Hang on.
So to confirm, as we rotated around to the southeast, south, and southwest, and even the west corridors, did we just push past them, or did just nothing happen once we hit those?
Nothing happened.
Those locations, those directions.
Nothing happened when you did there. I just did it for brevity's sake. Just said that.
That's fine. So just confirm: southeast, south, southwest, and west. Nothing happened.
That is correct. So the
Thanks, sir.
I am going to put the little circles. Oops, that is where you found one there. And these are the 3. I've got circles on the 3 that actually had elevators come up. Note that once obviously this one up here has a hole in the floor now, but the one that came from this empty color where there's supposed to be this indigo, once you turned away from it, the elevator sunk back to the floor. Just so you guys know.
I wish we should have had the presence of mind to stick something in it.
Yeah, Nicodemus. Put him in there.
No, not Nicodemus.
Okay.
Maybe a little halfling.
Doggatoo.
No, not the halfling.
How about Rabbit? Here we go. Pulls the rabbit out of his pocket.
All right.
We technically do have like
class.
We have a whole skeleton down the indigo corridor. Is that the blue corridor? So we could put a skull on or something.
That is true.
Keep pushing. We'll try it again. All the way back around. Then put the skeleton in and then push it all the way down again.
All right. What are we doing? We stopping here
That's
at the
pretty smart, actually.
Stopping here at the yellow and going down?
Well, why don't we just do it? I mean, let's put the skull in and I mean, we don't have to talk about it a lot, but just spin it around twice and see what happens. Unless something happens while we're spinning it.
Okay, so you want to continue to spin it as you get it all the way around again. and it gets over to the Indigo.
We're on the Conan's wheel of pain. Pushing.
As it is now pointed at the blue. And as it does, once again, the elevator shaft rises up and the doors swing open into the cylinder, once again exposing the remains of whatever was in there previously. It looks like several bodies.
And then I'll go over to the blue corridor, grab the skull from the skeleton, and put it in the Indigo.
Okay.
Elevator shaft.
As you toss it in the elevator shaft, it sits there for a second, and suddenly the doors whoosh, close. You hear it, and it lowers down, a slight stone-on-stone grinding noise as the mechanism, whatever the effect causing it, engages, and the cylinder lowers slowly. When it gets to the stopping point where the top of the cylinder is even with the floor once again, it appears to stop. And you stand there for perhaps, 5 minutes or so, when suddenly it rises back up again. And the doors whoosh, slide open. And you no longer see a skull in there, but you see a crushed skull, splintered pieces lying about everywhere.
Hey, Hob, I think it's safe for you. I think you can try it.
Yeah. Maybe try it again next week. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I think we're done with this experiment.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay. As you once again continue to push it around and finally get it back to the yellow corridor, the cylinder rises, giving you access to the chamber that you guys were down in previously.
So is that the plan? We're going to go down and rest?
Yeah, might as well, man.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
All right.
We'll go down and rest.
All right.
And perhaps use that unseen servant to get stuff out of that room.
It takes about 10, 15 minutes or so for you guys to once again get down below. But get down below again you do. Yeah, you can't go through walls. You're going to have to go up and then over there, Mordred. There you go.
I'm not laying on the bed this time. So it's known.
As I described before, I'll get Nicodemus for you, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oops. That's not what I wanted either. As you get down below, and you get into the room, as I explained previously, an engraving on the wall has the symbol that I displayed that looks kind of like a house, if you will, a strange looking house with some markings on it, but the pointy end is pointed in the direction to the right on the map. So that to be north. So it's pointing back toward the entry hall, although it's in this room down here.
Where's it at again? Right here?
It's on the wall. It's like carved on the
there?
wall. Yeah, it's like right here in the corner.
Does it turn?
No, it's a carving in the wall.
I know.
It's that symbol from before, correct?
Yes, it's the symbol from before.
And I think it's a alchemical symbol for some kind of element.
Yeah. Or it could be that spinner up top, and maybe they're saying the spinner needs to go toward the entry door, and then maybe these three things are the three lanterns that need to be lit. I don't know.
So
yeah, that's true too.
So, or it could just be a map symbol saying this way's north.
Yep.
I was just about to say, from what we saw earlier, from when I was downstairs and the symbol was there again, do I think that symbol was pointing towards the north?
Yes. And I do want to say
Okay.
that all of these symbols are all similar in the sense that Modred knows that they look to him to be personal sigils of people or creatures or somebody, and these are all air related, Auran, if you will, Auran, Auran related, like air elemental type of creatures or people. So it seems to him that these symbols that you have been seeing, like on the bottom of the strange device, the broken device that you guys found at the in the entry hall, and this one here, and on the brooch that on the sarcophagus, the brooch that the creature or the person was wearing had a symbol engraved in it. They're all appear and seem to be personal sigils of people, and usually if you have a personal sigil, it means you're probably important. So it's obvious that what you guys have been finding here in these symbols wise are important people or creatures. But Modred knows that he would probably have to go do some research or get with some sages to do more research to determine who or what the symbols might be dedicated to, because as of right now, you have no clue.
I mean, I'm thinking that maybe it's one of the elemental air lords, maybe, or beyond that, another plane of existence. I'd have to do some research to see. On that note, what do you guys think would happen if I shattered a stone up there where the brown mold is at?
Do you want to do that, or do you want to try your servant?
If I shatter it and it destroys it, then we can go in and search, do a thorough search. Because otherwise, I'm just telling him to go pick up stuff. Let's try that first. You want me to just summon the unseen servant and ask him to pick up everything he can before his time expires and bring it in here?
Can we get the pseudo dragon to fly in there safely? Take a look around.
He's gonna freeze to death too. Well, he's got a magic resistance. Will his magic resistance help him, DM?
Not against cold. It helps him against magic, but it doesn't help against cold.
Okay, so yeah, he'll freeze to death before he gets over there, most likely.
Yep, and it'll cost you double damage.
Yeah.
All right, so you're gonna send Jeeves?
Yeah, I'm gonna send Jeeves. Just tell him to go in. I point to that room and just tell him to pick up everything he can and bring it back to that room.
All right, so
we're staying at until he
use
expires.
another charge.
I'm gonna use another. Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
I'll put my leather mittens on, the really thick ones.
Okay.
Just in case something's got to be touched.
All right, I want to look at this really quick to see what the unseen servant lasts for 6 turns plus 1 turn per level, and since the wand casts it at a 6th level, it will last 12 turns, i.e., 2 hours.
I shouldn't have dismissed that other one.
Yeah, maybe to tell it to go pick up everything that it can pick up that's in the other room that's not living and bring it back.
First, I tell it before he does that, as he's walking to the brown mold, I tell it to clean.
To clean. Oh, okay. All right. So he begins to move through the mold, and he begins sweeping and cleaning and sweeping and cleaning and sweeping and cleaning. He actually makes pretty good headway, and I am going to say that it takes him 90 minutes to clear out. Oops, that's not what I want. Bless you. I wonder if this will let me do it. Yeah, there we go. he manages to clear out all the way to there. So it's there and here is where in 90 minutes, that is where the mold is left. But he manages to clean enough out of that area and push it all over here or down into here.
So is the way into the chamber clear?
Yeah, you'd have to go up against the wall, up against this wall up here and sort of scoot in order to keep at least 5 feet away.
All right.
I want to say, as you guys look and you see this whole thing of mold in this little alcove here, you can see that there's another one of the troughs for like water or whatever. And you can see another spigot high up on the wall. But in this trough, for lack of a better term, it looks like vomit. Like completely filling up the tub. But other than that, the mold itself appears to have been cleared enough away that you're able to get into...
I can scoot this way.
Yes.
Without.
Correct, without getting in.
All right. And then I saw gold right here, correct?
Yes, there's sort of something that's shimmering with like a gold top. So the ceiling of this large chamber glows with what looks like natural sunlight, illuminating a series of work tables, vices, spinning wheels, and blocks of unfinished marble that identify the room as a sculptor's workshop. A huge, unfinished statue of an imposing, bare-chested warrior wielding a staff-like rod in its left hand dominates the north wall. The hairless figure looks very, very, very similar to the bas-relief on the sarcophagus upstairs, but it is clearly meant to be a different person. A short red metal pedestal against the south wall displays what appears to be a jet black stone egg the size of a small boulder. A golden glyph, an equilateral triangle with short hash marks through each leg, marks the face of the egg. So the gold that you saw was the top of this black egg the size of a small boulder. And like I said, the gold on it is actually an equilateral triangle with short hash marks through each leg. In other words, for those that have ever done geometry, you do a triangle and you put a slash in each one that say that tells the person looking at the picture each side is equal. Like if one side has 2 hashes and the other have 1 hash, the 2 single hashes are the same length, but the bottom one's different. So this one has the triangle, but each one has a hash through it.
So it's saying that all the angles on the triangle are the same if you're using that.
Yeah, it's on the sides of them, at least the length of them are, but...
I'm going to check out...
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to check out the workbench and the statue over here.
Mojo's going to search that egg in the pedestal.
Okay.
If you want to get all the items together, I can try to do a detect magic on them. I don't have a high chance, but I can try.
Yeah, we can do that. What's this thing in the southwest corner? Southeast corner, excuse me.
Down here?
Yeah.
It's all just workstation stuff. Spinning wheels, workstation, workbenches. All right, real quick, I'm just double checking on something here. Yeah, okay, go ahead. So who's going first and what are we doing first? Sorry.
I was going to say, Go ahead. I was going to say, Renmar's going to check out the statue and little workbench over here in
the big tall statue.
Area. Yeah.
Okay. So well, first of all, give me a search check. Let's do that first.
All of us or just him?
Just him. So as you examine this statue, you see, as I said, where's it at? It's holding what appears to be a staff-like rod in its left hand, right? And as you inspect it, now this statue isn't completely done. Its upper body and its head, its upper torso and arms and everything are done. The staff it's holding is done, but its lower body doesn't appear to be done because his legs aren't done or anything, so it's still all stone. But as you're looking at it, you can see that this staff thing that he has little grooves carved in it. And as you look at it, you can see that each groove marks an equidistant spot along the length of the staff. And it looks like it is very, very purposefully done. And as you count, you can see that there are 6 grooves making this long staff like 7 different equally distant pieces that are stuck together.
Is this part of the statue, or is this like a separate piece that can be disconnected from the statue?
It actually is, as you see, it's not part of the statue. It's separate, but it's like petrified wood. But it is so petrified in bleach white, it actually almost looked like stone at first. But did you realize that this statue's hand is carved around it to hold this piece of petrified wood?
Yeah, call over to Hub and ask him, hey, this looks like it might be something we might want to try to get out, but before we try to pull it out, do you want to check, see if there's any traps?
Yeah, obvious. I mean, of course, for sure.
Can do. Stand by.
Where's the elf?
So I approach the statue, look at the staff, and I look for traps.
All right, the elf has decided he's going nowhere near that brown mold.
That is correct.
You find no traps on it at all, but you find it interesting about how this thing is manufactured and how closely it resembles stone, but it is a petrified wood with 6 grooves carved along it, thus carving the quarter staff or whatever into equidistant pieces. Although it doesn't cut all the way through, they're just etched all the way around so you can easily see where the 6 grooves are, but the staff itself still appears to be in excellent condition.
I'll try to remove it.
Okay. Takes you a little bit, but you manage to finally slide it up all the way. And now you have essentially a rod that's about as long as a quarterstaff. It doesn't have a knurled end like in most quarterstaffs. It looks like literally a walking stick, a rod that's about probably 6 feet long, 5 feet long. But it can definitely, I'm going to say it's a quarterstaff, right? So you have a quarterstaff. It's just shaped differently, very petrified. But the weirdest thing is these little 6 grooves that are around it.
Are the 6 grooves around it down the whole length equally spaced apart?
Yeah, that's what I said. So now, as you look at it now, if you were to think of it this way, if you were to take a saw and cut through each one of the grooves that are in there and cut all the way through, you would have 7 equal parts of this staff.
There's no way that's what that is.
No way, what is?
I know, that's what I'm thinking too. This is the way that's just sitting around, all in one piece.
It's a piece of petrified wood.
Rod of 7 parts? No way. There's no way.
right.
Even the barbarian's going, that could not be true.
So there's nothing. When you first said that there was etchings on it, I kind of thought there was something on the tip of it that was
No.
3 pieces. Mildred, he says, "Can I see the staff?"
Yep, I'll pass it over. This
Or the
could
rod,
actually,
or whatever it is.
Yeah, I'll pass it over. It could be a model of it, right? Could be a model of what we're looking for. Maybe it is actually not this, but what we're looking for. Who knows?
Mildred looks at it. Actually, he puts his hands on the top part.
Okay.
He puts his hand on the section that's right beneath it.
Okay.
And he twists in both directions to see if it turns.
It does not.
Does not. Then he asks the halfling to put his glasses on to see if he can see any writing on it.
Okay.
Okay, I'll do that.
As Hub investigates and looks, he finds a almost invisible carved marking symbol that looks identical to the symbol that is on the broken device that was on the entry tunnel. And for those that forget, because I'm a DM and I don't forget anything, it looks like this. At the base of the device that you guys saw, this symbol is also carved into toward the bottom, not on the bottom, but toward the bottom, on the bottom section. That same symbol is carved, but it's so finely carved you didn't even see it until you got your eyes of minute seeing, or whatever they are, looking at it.
Okay, Hub passes this on to the party and says, does anybody want to take a look? And takes his glasses off and offers them to anybody that wants to take a look.
Mildred will look and just see what he's talking about.
Okay. It definitely, once again, you get the vibes of elemental air, the Auran language. You know that many, well, what's the word? How do I want to say it? You recognize that many powerful creatures from the various planes have their own symbology. Even though there's a language that has over the centuries been developed for communications between creatures and other planes, you also know that a lot of their early language and early depictions for their leaders and whatnot were all symbols. They weren't like words and letters and writing and stuff like that. It was very much symbolic, very kind of like hieroglyphics to us, right? Back in the day, they didn't have a true alphabet, so they had symbols to denote certain things. And this symbol, especially now that you've seen it on 2 different things, give you the vibe that this has to be somebody important.
Is there since I've made that deduction, can I maybe make another intelligence roll to see if I might remember something from my studies in the...
Sure, absolutely.
Hold on, gotta pull him back up. Oh. Are you kidding me? Hey, I'll use that. I use one of my +2. Can I?
You can use
the +2. Can't be a minus, right?
No, you can do it for raise it or lower it. So you
yeah,
can
let me
go
lower
up.
that 1 to a success.
All right, what's your intelligence?
18.
All right, so you just need a -1 then, right?
Right.
Okay, so that using 1 point. You actually, as you're thinking, you remember, as you look at it, you're like, this is no way this is like what I think it is. And you remember the story, and everybody kind of remembers the legends and stories of great artifacts. The Rod of 7 Parts, right? You recall that the rod of 7 parts was originally called the rod of law, and it was you're trying to remember, like, there's like a name or words that are coming to you, and for some reason the word Vatai, Vaati, or Vati, if you want to say it that way. The word Vati just comes to mind, and the only thing you can remember is that was an Oran term for what the common phrase would be, Wind Duke, right? So Vati kind of translates to Wind Duke, right? Vati is a generic term for Wind Duke. Wind Dukes have their own special names, but you just get this feeling that the rod of law was actually used by the Wind Dukes to beat back demonic forces. And so as it all kind of comes rushing together into your brain, whoever's building this statue or this dedication or whatever, this whole tomb, you're getting the impression that you're in the workers' place of the people that built the tomb, and the tomb they were building was supposed to be for some Wind Duke, and it's quite possible that this tomb was being built for the Wind Duke that used the rod of law, now famously called the rod of 7 parts, because somehow it was destroyed and sundered. But this Wind Duke, whoever he is, was the one to brandish the rod of law against the demonic forces. So when the gods, or the Wind Dukes and the gods of air, whatever you want to call them, were in a great battle, think of the heaven and hell, the angels and the devils fighting, right? It's kind of along those lines. And the rod of law was created, and it used to destroy the generals and the leaders of the demonic forces. And this depiction, whoever was creating this statue, appears to be creating the statue of the Wind Duke that, as I said, brandished this rod of law hundreds of centuries ago when this all occurred. And all of these stories that you're like, bits and pieces sort of come together to you like, holy shit, are you kidding me? This simple little cairn that people have been in for centuries or hundreds of years and plundered and whatnot, does anybody really know what you actually may or may not have found here? But we're going to have to wait till next week to figure out if that's true or not. So,
I relay that information to everybody, though. Can I do that?
Yes, absolutely, of course. That's
awesome, y'all. That is freaking awesome.
That is going to be where we end tonight's game, as our party is sort of stumbling upon something interesting, to say the least. Probably something worth... oh, great. Everybody's just dropping. Haven't even had a chance to say goodbye. That's okay. Sorry, I said, that's awesome. See ya. I'm gone. No problem. All right, y'all. Hopefully you guys enjoyed tonight's game. I appreciate everybody that came by. I'm not sure. I didn't see him say anything, but for those that don't know who Pluffet Smedger is, Gary. Gary said he was going to try to stop by. Don't know if he stopped by, but if he did, that's awesome. He's the one that did a lot of the Wizards or the TSR Greyhawk stuff. So he's the one that came up with the Death Knights and stuff when they first came out. So yeah, Gary Holian's an awesome guy. I was talking to him earlier, and so he's been under the weather, but he's getting over it. So fortunately he is better, because he would not be one that we'd want to lose. But I appreciate everybody that's been hanging out with us. We are going to welcome back. Welcome back. We are going to bounce over and try to figure out who do we want to raid. first of all, let me get the nat 1s and nat 20s out of there. And who do we want to bounce over to? I don't even know. But yep. So this week is the off week for our Friday game, or I don't even remember, man. I gotta double check. We playing Friday? Oh no, this coming Friday is our off Friday. So I don't think we're playing this Friday, but I am playing this Thursday. But I'm gonna go to my channel dashboard because after every game I always go and post it out to YouTube. So let's go over here to Heroes of Christchurch and our videos, and episode 90 I uploaded on the 11th. So yep, so that means that means I just played on Friday, so I can't do it again. So anyway, we're off Friday, so we won't be back until next Monday. But I appreciate everybody hanging out with us tonight. We had a great group, man. We really had a great group. I am going to... Who do you want to go over to? Let's see. Goblets and Warriors is out there. They're actually doing a charity event, which I like to see. Game Master Eric. No, we went to him last time. So we're gonna go to Goblets and Warriors. If you guys haven't been over them, I haven't been or Goblets and Warlocks. Sorry. I have not been over there in a while, but they got a charity event going on. So we always want to support charity, regardless of what that charity is. There's always people doing great stuff. So hopefully you guys will hang with us just for a second as I try to figure out where they are. And they're number 2 on the list. That's them. So yeah, go over. If you have not followed them, please give them a follow when you get over there. Give them a like, give them a follow. If they ask, let them know where you came from. Definitely appreciate everybody that's been hanging out with us tonight. Hopefully I won't push the wrong button. Look at there. It's firing up. Let's see how many we can get over there. We actually had a great group tonight. I don't know how many stayed the whole time, but we were consistently like 15, 14 viewers the whole time, man. Till toward the end, it dropped down a little bit. But that usually means that we've had a bunch of people going in and out. So we'll see what happens. And we didn't even get rated. So I definitely appreciate everybody coming by tonight. But we're going to bounce over to, like I said, Goblets and Warlocks. We will see you guys next Monday. Players, hopefully it was fun for you. Hopefully the very ending kind of got your attention and you'll be willing to come back next week. But until then, just remember, in a world you can be anything that you want. All we ask is that you be kind. We will see you next time.
Later.
So useful.
You guys later.
Did you even clean it?
All right.
I did not.
No, but you cleaned it after you took it out of my mouth, of course.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I did. Fine.
I mean, if you're hungry, I can get us some food.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what this turns out to be.
Yep.
I figure worst case scenario is just a facsimile of it, and I got myself a 10-foot pole to check for traps.
Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. Give me 1 second. Sorry to interrupt.
You're good.
Agora quest.
In any event, y'all, we can take all this stuff back to the stage, and maybe he'll pay us for some of it, and maybe he'll give us some more background information. Because I had the sneaking feeling that the people who's ever raided this tomb before did not
but you
figure out the puzzle of the sarcophagus.
Well, I think they found the bone crusher, but that was it.
Yeah, maybe the bone crusher, yeah.
Well, at least 2 people made their way down here, but they found another trap and got squishified, right?
Oh.
Anything else that Z and Tinak would like to discuss?
I think that's about it.
Somebody got some nice armor out of that, I think.
Yes, I did. I got to get that identified too, I think.
Yep, need to get an identify spell from the wizard.
Yeah, I think some kind of detect magic would be good on the staff next time if we have that. If not, we'll find it.
Yeah.